Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK. Welcome back to the Feywild, to the Domain of Delight, Prismeer, shattered into 3 pieces as it has been by the Hourglass Coven of Hags. But welcome to today, where we leave the first section hither, done and dusted, and travel safely through the mists with the merest of side tours to Barovia. And then on to thither, the second part of this Feywild adventure. A massive hello to everyone who's joining us already. Thank you for everyone who's in chat there. Hey Killer Kitten, how you doing? Charlie, thank you for the subscription again. A pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for a year of wonderful content.
1 year, there it is. Thank you. Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much. And it is a pleasure to have all of you here with us, and those in the VOD squad as well, catching up whenever and wherever you can. Whenever being the optimal question at the moment, quite the backlog to get through of VOD uploads. Sorry, I will get onto that as quickly as possible. But we are here, right here and now, to enjoy Wild Beyond the Witchlight. A couple of shout-outs. First to the wonderful people at Sirenscape for allowing us to put music and sound effects from their fabulous libraries of beautiful, originally created things, soundtracks for this very module, this very campaign. We will be jumping into new sound sets today for Thither, and a little shuffle around of my library there, and you can try it for yourself with a free 30-day trial at Sirenscape.com. Head on over there and grab that. And let us also say a big shout out to the wonderful Nathrax 3D Minis, who has given all of you people the chance to use this code and get yourself a nice discount over on their beautiful 3D printed and painted minis if you wish them to be so. Now, that said, we have one last shout out to do, and that is to the fantabulous Evan Blair Art, who did these beautiful character portraits for us here. And if you wish to follow them on their socials there and maybe commission them for beautiful portraits of your own, then there are all their links there. Now, last time we were here in the Feywild, our adventurers were wrapping up things in Bavlona's cottage in Downfall there on the left of the region, and they were taking their time, and people were getting slightly nervous as we thought that Bavlona might be returning anytime soon from seeing what had happened to the interesting other hag here, but not a member of the Hourglass Coven, Mother, who the players had absolved from her duties, shall we say? Absorbed from her duties into the plane itself. Into the plane itself, as she was dealt with on Telemy Hill. Now, as they had a look around and battled a few last irksome constructs and things in the cottage of Bavlona, and rescued a campestry in a jar, the urge to sing Whiskey in a Jar every time is very strong. And they then were able to escape from the cottage into madness, as the entirety of the soggy court, the Bullywugs, were up in arms as revolution was rife, and the flames of insurgency and a shift in power was under effect. They managed to bluff and skip and dodge and battle their way through the Bullywug uprising of I forget what was the name. Sorry. Morgoth II and his gloom cloakers. And they were able to rescue the old king's pet crocodile, unwilling pet crocodile, from the bonds of pet servitude. And they rescued Snoodles the crocodile, who's now with Corey. And they fought their way through to the balloon factory, the swamp gas balloon factory, with their rescued pilot, and they all piled into the basket and very authentically recreated the art from the module with people hanging off the basket and bullywugs hanging off them as they rose into the sky and bobbed away from downfall as Bavlorna on her annoyingly slow hovering lily pad returned from exacting her anger on Mother's cottage and destroying it, which is how
the timeline.
Corey and Willie witnessed it in their quick dip into the future. It was not that the hag had blown herself up with her potion making, because what hag would do that? No. Bavlorna, in her anger, had exploded the interior of the cottage, which is how they found it later on. Now, they travelled with their guide, Clapperclaw? Clapperclaw? That sounds right, yes.
Clapperclaw.
Who is willing to guide them through the mists, these strange mists that have been brought in from a place on the edge of the Shadowfell, where the Winter Court resides. And they were able to use their guide in return for promises to help them find their head, which had been stolen by a nemesis of the party. So it was their absolute joy to offer to return Clapperclaw's head from the clutches of Agdon Longscarf, the Harangon bandit, once of the Tollway, but no longer. And they entered into the mists. Strange shapes and sounds wafted around, half heard, half seen, and glimpses of other realms below, domains of dread, as they dangerously skirted along the edges of Ravenloft, between the folds and nooks and crannies of the Feywild here. They glimpsed a mountain valley, forested with a large castle perched on a pillar rock above a huddled town. And the little campestry in a jar that Emin had saved from Bavlorna's cottage was seen by us, but not the adventurers, to be looking down below, calling out, realizing that their brother, Sporlax, was down there somewhere. But it was not to be, as they were whisked away, and a cleric of the Ravenclean, one Lady Vanta Blackspire, peeking from a tower window in the castle Ravenloft, looked out and glimpsed a swamp balloon drifting through the clouds. The worst person to see it, because she's not going to tell anybody. Not least because she's not meeting very many people at the moment, but hey, what's she going to do? And as they continued on into the mists, they started to thin once more. And you saw a similarly forested location, if not denser, as you appeared over not a swamp like hither has been, but a lush, deciduous forest, stretching on with little clearings here and there, and rocky outcroppings popping up through the canopy before meeting the boundaries across the other side. Basically, it's like going to Belize. It's like a densely forested place which you can drive across from east to west in like 5 hours. less than that. I know, because I did it. we did a full day tour to like a Mayan pyramid site, and then got our rent-a-car and drove to a hotel on the opposite side of the country. Because it's so teeny tiny.
It's little.
If you have the means and have not been, what the fuck are you doing? It's incredible. Sod Mexico. Sorry, Mexico. It is absolutely incredible. Best holiday I've ever had. Sorry. Okay, that side. Sorry, I digress.
Okay.
Reset with the coffee. Okay. You are descending down out of the mists, expertly piloted by your Bullywug Knight friend, and you see a likely landing spot close at hand as you arrive in thither, and we return to Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Right, now, that beautiful, beautiful intro was brought to you by the fabulous patch of QuestJunkiesUK.
What up?
Here is their stuff if you want to check them out. And
Look at their stuff.
I'm excited because I've had sneak peeks of the summer campaign intro video. The High Seas piracy is coming to Phoenix Iwaki. We had our session 0 last Saturday and it was fabulous. I put one of them on death saving throws just so they see how it's split. One of them's new to D&D, so I wanted to show them the real deal. Yeah.
You know, you just gotta warn them. Just show them who's boss.
Everyone, do not miss this. Kaz has the best thing on his like camera for thing. And like I put him. It was Kaz the DM, right? Who does our Candlekeep Mysteries art. Fabulous artist. Check him out, everybody. He has this great thing where the camera just zooms in on his face, just like a deadpan. Just him. I'm sorry, I said it physically, but it's just like this thing just like zooms right in his face, and he's just like, really? And then it goes back.
It's amazing.
Great. So yeah, do not mix. We will be jumping into the thick of the aftermath of that Session 0 madness as our adventurers attempt to escape. You're hearing it for the first time here, anywhere. They're attempting to escape from a goblin pirate fleet.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Do not miss that. Wow. July 2nd at 9 a.m. Eastern. And all of the places in between. 1 p.m. British Summer Time. 10 p.m. Japanese Standard Time. And we will see you on the high seas. And all of those different hints that have been dotted through other campaigns, how will that all come into play? It will all be answered in the first session. So do jump in there and see what's going on. Right, now, enough of those fine folks. What about these fine folks right here? Daisha, who are you in real life? Who are you playing? And where are they at?
I am Daisha Sesti. Well, I'm Stephanie. Again with this. I'm Stephanie. I play Daisha Sesti.
Sorry, get into that character.
Yes, I am Daisha.
Sounds like a perfume commercial. I am Daisha.
I'm gonna hit up Emma. Emma, I need some fan art.
Did you see Scarlett's picture? I don't know if you did. Did you?
No.
I drew a chibi.
There was a chibi Daisha. It was incredible.
It was in the Discord.
It's in the Discord, yeah.
Oh my god, I have to go in there.
Hunt. Anyway, sorry, later.
Yes. So I'm Stephanie. I play Daisha. And Daisha is thrilled to be back on land, missing her snail, frog, and super thrilled for Kore and her new lovely alligator friend.
Indeed.
And me and my spouse down there, we have a creative vending machine business out in Orlando. It's called Vexed Vending. Please give us a follow. It really helps us out. Even if you're not local, we post in our stories about other creative vending machines in other states. There's a bunch all across the country owned by different people, putting different weird stuff in there, mostly local. So yeah, go ahead and check us out. Thank you so much.
Link in the chat. Everyone jumping in there and give them a follow. Good, cool stuff. Kore, how about you?
Hello everyone, I'm Scarlet Song, she, her, from the College of Inspiration, and from my own channel, Scarlet Song _. I do art. I make funny noises, I guess.
Congratulations on your anniversary. Hope you had a lovely weekend.
Thank you everyone who popped by the streamiversary. It was pure and utter chaos. There were crab raves, there were interdimensional libraries where the moon was being held by a titan's robotic hand. All of it complete improv. Nice. And with characters and NPCs submitted by the community, which was amazing. My favorite part was going to Whackdonald's and having to have like Chat's character unclog a toilet to discover the portal to the next dimension.
Wow. Train spotting much?
Also, what was it? The other part where for a wild magic table, there was this really cool part where they could design extra bits, and they had 2 biblically accurate rubber duckies. One of them was like a biblically accurate angel, and the other was a biblically accurate devil. It was really funny. I died.
Curious.
And then they ended up being like multi-universal war criminals. So that was great too.
Wow. Okay, if you would like to catch up with any of all of that, please follow those links up there in the chat. And where's Corey at?
Corey is slumped on the side of this basket if we have not landed yet, giving Snoodle scritches and just kind of like discussing life, like asking like, so how was it? And there'd be an occasional like from said Snoodle. It's just like, oh really? Not even a little bit? And just like, no, that sucks. No, she doesn't actually understand what Snoodle is saying. It's just an ambience thing.
Absolutely.
Very
But
good.
yes, that's what she's doing.
Good.
Noted. Okay, Emin, how about you, my friend?
Hello, everybody. Let's try that again. Hello, everybody. My name is Colby. I'm playing the fairy rogue Emin Pastiche, who is absolutely elated and a little bit scared to be finally back in his home section of Prismere.
My question is, does he feel on some empathetic level a existential fear for his knightly brother, Sir Talavar, the Just?
He is, you know, especially after being knighted, he might look at his sword and think about it and wonder how amazing the Queen's court must be.
Yes.
Not a worry in his heart at all that Sir Talavar knew exactly what he was doing.
Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie and Colby, as different characters, met Sir Talavar yesterday.
Okay. Oh dear.
In his flight from hither, he did not have a guide. He did not have a mist talisman like Emin's dagger pommels.
Mm-hmm.
And last night, in Madame Ava's Vistani camp, in the east of Barovia,
Yep.
Sir Talavar emerged once more.
Yeah, you're like, is Charlie watching? Is Charlie watching? And I'm like, son of a... Yeah, how was that 3-hour tour, Sir Talavar? You know?
So
what is it? Corey gets like an existential sigh of like, someone has done something stupid again, and I don't know what it is.
Fair. Okay, and last but not least, by whatever measure you care to employ, Villy!
Hello. I am DM Charlie, and I am playing, Willy Grimm, who is a human fae-touched warlock who right now is hunkered in the corner of the basket. His eyes turned to his journal, feverishly writing down everything that has transpired since his ability to write was stolen by those silly little thieves of the Hourglass Coven. And he is writing and writing and writing furiously, not paying attention to anything, desperate to make sure he records everything that has happened in his so far.
Indeed, yes, your ability to write it returned to you as it was taken back from Bavlon's cottage, along with a certain child's joy as well.
Oh, excellent.
Somewhere in Elturel, there is a child who's rediscovered the ability to be happy.
Yay! Mommy, I found my smile! And he found his smile.
Okay.
Starts creating a picture book.
Right. No, he's done doodling.
Aww.
Okay, and still doodle. But I didn't want to say anything because when I created Willy, journaling and writing everything down was to me one of his key personality traits.
Yeah.
So when you took it, I'm like,
oh no.
I also had to make it the first one you got back.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Brand new
pencil, brand new notebook.
The joy of art and creating things. I mean, have you ever considered doing still life? Maybe if you did like a basket of fruit and then you could do an apfel doodle.
Are you
That was quite a guffaw.
That was
Sorry,
a
thank
long
you.
stretch, but I like it.
There was a journey. There was a journey that was
Long way to
undertaken.
go for a real short joke. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I now want to eat an apple strudel.
I want to eat an apple strudel. How dare
I want to eat an apple strudel. Let's call the game. Let's all go get apple strudel. I'm down.
Let's
You
go.
know?
Everyone just hop in a plane.
Mm.
Right,
All
okay.
too far.
Yeah, everyone, people in chat who don't know what I'm talking about. I'm in Japan, and therefore devoid of apple strudels.
Not if you make it.
Kawaiso.
Hey, FedEx. It should get there mostly not stale.
No,
we are in Fukushima. We do have some fabulous apples. I should. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, make yourself some darn noise.
It could be the
strudel.
side hustle.
I'm a good roaster of meats, but I'm not a baker really. I haven't done much in that vein. Now, anyway,
The things I'm learning.
Clapperclaw.
Roaster of meats. Apple strudels.
Clapperclaw gestures with a clacking claw down towards the forest below, where a opening in the trees provides a spot to land, and your Bullywug Knight friend expertly, slowly deflates the balloon and allows it to lower down towards the canopy. And as you do, you hear the sounds of the forest, these birds tweeting and chirruping away. And I think, Corey, like when you first arrive anywhere new in the Feywild, I think you kind of look to try and guess the mood of the Archfey that's nearby, or whoever's nearby, by the look of this thing. You would gauge whoever's in control here, presumably another of the Hourglass Coven, to be frustrated.
Oh dear.
Not full-on anger, but there is a darkness to the leaves and the trunks of the trees. Whilst not menacing particularly, it is displeased.
Oh,
And
someone's lost a game of
It's-
poker.
It's simmering.
yeah,
The
exactly.
fauna or the flora is simmering. Okay.
Indeed.
They've got like
indeed.
light bubbles in the center of the leaves, and I'm like, oh,
Now.
that is not good.
Speaking of,
Could it maybe be the result of a sisterly tongue lashing?
who knows? Who knows?
Oh,
Did Bavlona
they've
make
just got
it
a long
this
enough
far?
tongue for it.
No, yeah, I mean, how far did she travel? True. Now, speaking of, I really should take you to a new map, shouldn't I?
Eh.
New map, new map.
Here
New
we
map.
are. Welcome
Oh, it's so pretty!
to Thither.
Oh wow! Yeah, we didn't get to see it last week. I don't think.
Nope, no,
It's
it's the
so
first time.
pretty!
Everyone have a
I have
good
to back out.
Oh wow!
Focus
Oh,
on
I
the
love
chemistry
it.
in the top left.
Yeah, look at the borders. Look at the borders. Get the
Oh,
spoilers.
Oh
Okay,
my god!
Right below the name.
that
What's that thing in
tree.
the? What's the thing in the clouds?
Oh, is that
Yeah,
Falcon?
go
That's
back.
just chilling and hanging out. I don't
Just
know. Like
flying
it's
away.
decoration. There's
Okay.
a beach.
Now, you are coming
okay.
in. Hey, Robojax, you are coming in from bottom left, my friends.
Bottom left. Okay. So
Okay.
what you're saying is this place is heckin' trees.
Yeah, just an entire forest. And well, how do you feel? Go on, I don't want to put words in your mouth here. This is your home. This is the area of Prismia that you were born and raised.
Yeah. Can I tell if it looks much different from the last time I was here? Other than the, changes because of hag temper tantrums.
Right
Wait.
here. I mean, there's a giant raccoon. Hey, Ranger Harley. How are you doing?
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
just a raccoon about just like kaiju raccoon. No.
It starts stomping along the trees. You're like, that wasn't here last week.
Where you're at now, everything looks fairly regular. Apart from the mood. Flora.
I would say that passing over Barovia, that was pretty interesting. Even like not knowing what it was. But as the mist starts to clear and we pull up into Thither proper, the daggers are in holsters, like on either side of Emin's like waist, and I like to think that he would kind of like grip the pin cushions, like kind of like how a kid grips like their toy, or like a blanket or something. He's not going to cry about it yet, but he's feeling very worn.
Also, I now own Papa Dragon's soul.
You do.
Sorry.
Here we go.
So, the balloon descends down towards this kind of slightly clearer area here between these hills, nestled. Ping, damn you! Ping! Oh, wrong layer. That's why.
Like here?
Yes, thank you. There, right there. So between those two hills, you basically come from the Jew left, and start going down to
Barovia.
through that slightly clearer area, in the nestled twixt those hills, and as you do, the sound of music can be heard. A stringed instrument of some kind being plucked melodiously, and a kind of a female voice humming along with it. And as the balloon descends low enough, you glimpse beneath the tree line, and sitting cross-legged with their back against one of the trees is a figure that Daisha, Emin, and Vili have seen before. But not Corey.
Corey holds Snoodle a little closer to make sure that Snoodle is safe.
My baby.
Someone from the carnival, then.
Indeed. You see the forest gnome girl that you met in the feasting orchard.
Oh.
As Eliwick Tan, granddaughter of Arafor Tan, is there. And Corey, I think Snoodle is safe, for she has her own equally adorable companion.
Oh my god. Is it like puppies meeting? Or eating each other?
No, it's a froggy.
It's like a little,
It's a snail.
like a gecko kind of thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it
I
is.
love geckos.
Yes,
How happy it is.
another fun reason to go to Belize. The little buddies crawling across the walls.
I have such a soft spot for geckos.
Okay, so, yes, Eliwick Tan and her little buddy are sat, no stonework like that there, they're sat on some soft moss and grass, leaning against a tree, clearly expecting you, with a large sack at their side. And as the basket gently, expertly woofs down into the moss and grass, your bullywug pilot doffs a little bow. Well, there you go, safe and sound.
Corey does lifts self up in basket, does an equivalent, like a more gracious bow than she looks like she's capable of in that moment, and tips a good berry because I still have 3, but they are useless other than snacks.
To the gecko? Or...
to
The
driver,
pilot.
no?
Mm. Sorry, tip, Yazzie.
Tip.
And they're just like, oh, delicious, thank you.
Thank you.
Now,
So,
what wonders does Thither have in store? I'm quite stranded now.
yeah, I was gonna ask.
These balloons are-
What's next for you?
The balloons are designed to go around hither where they can be refilled with swamp gas anywhere in the realm. I do not wish to go anywhere near the soggy court, so let us see what this land holds. Any suggestions, local boy?
Well, let's see. I'm trying to think of any small communes or something that would well receive a bullywog.
All the various folks and people of Prismia get along very well, so you don't really have to worry. Footsteps are of Eliwick coming over. She just puts the loot across her shoulder and other hand behind her back and strolls over with her little gecko skittering hither and thither through her legs.
What a precious bean. Don't eat them, Snoodle.
All well, I see. And with a new friend. You must be Corey.
May I inquire as to how you already know that?
How are you doing, Adonius? All well?
There's and then a stare and what did you do this time?
There's actually a blooming of warm kind of marigold colours.
Willie will look side-eye at Daisha and mouth really kind of behind Corey's eye line Adonius? What? And give a shrug what?
And it's do you have another ex that I don't know about, dear?
Willie turns bright red and shuts up.
Oh no, she's speaking to her. She's speaking to her.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
He was raised in a way this just got way too personal. Nope, we're out.
A blush of red roses.
Oh, how sweet. You'll have to tell me all about it.
And
or perhaps you can.
Eliwick comes on over. Well, how fares it so far? We are on the way to setting things right?
Hey, you could say that. On the way.
Well, both grandfather and I thank you for making the choices. As is, it is our creed. The right people in the right place at the right time, but the choice is yours.
That is right. You referred to us as the choosing ones.
Fated ones, yes.
Oh, fated. Yeah.
But there is always free will. From us, at least.
Free Willy. Sorry. I can't unsee it.
It's been fun playing. I appreciate it. Have a great campaign. I'm waiting for someone to make that joke. So Miss Tan, is your appearance here cannot be circumstance? I mean, this is not a coincidence.
No. Busy times. Grandfather apologizes. He can't be here. He has certain nautical things to take care of. The news is good. And she hefts the sack round from where she was clasping it behind her back, and there's a clink of metal inside.
Mm-hmm.
These very nearly ended up the wrong side of a Nexus gate. But, luckily for us, the adventurers on this side were able to retrieve them. And she opens up the sack on the ground, and spilling out of it you see a resplendent set of crown jewels. Which Charlie and friends were able to secure in the first ever Rift Raiders and keep it in this universe and not across the other side of the Nexus Gate in a GM Workshop's universe.
Right.
They were the crown jewels of a lost, forgotten queen. That's what the random generator put for us in the dungeon design that Rakam and I were doing. Everyone do check out. For now, the clips reel is on YouTube already.
It was awesome.
Sorry, I didn't put the notes in there.
It was a very, very good time. I look
Yeah.
forward to the rematch.
Yes, Colby and Charlie were
Yeah, that was
involved in securing these crown jewels, and
virtual high five, Colby. Virtual high five.
So good. And yes, the generator that we used to give ourselves the initial idea for the dungeon was, as we said, the crown jewels of a forgotten queen. And Eliwick says, these belonged to Zybilna. Forgotten for now. But if you, my dear friends, are able to see things right, then perhaps we can get past this unfortunate hag incursion. And these might be useful if you reach the palace to remind Zybilna of what once was.
Emin is positively like he looks as if he is being magically restrained. Every muscle in his body is like vibrating with restraint to not lunge at this bag.
I think you
like
can
that,
see Corey just slow, like eyes in Evan, just staring.
Like that the SpongeBob scene where he doesn't need the water.
Yeah.
He's like,
By the way, I did 100% at the start of the High Seas Session 0 put the SpongeBob pirate portrait on as a video overlay. I was like,
Perfect.
are you all ready, kids?
Aye, Captain!
I can't hear you! I did that.
it's only fitting.
And that's how I entered the call. They were all in the call waiting, and I just boom, dropped in like that. I did the "Are you all ready, kids?" before I turned my camera on. Okay.
Oh my god.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, mate? Mike, are you still mad because I killed Eldith yesterday? Apologies.
So Emin he's straining. And he's gonna say, so we are gonna take these.
Take custody of these? Yes.
Sure. Certainly. Temporarily.
Semantics.
Right. Yes, silly language.
Hey, every time I'm here in the Feywilds, I am very careful.
Daisha's gonna look at Emin and be like, "Why are you sweating?"
He is sweating.
Eliwick is quite happy in that there's nowhere to spend it.
Right, yeah. And Emin knows that, and it's definitely not, believe it or not, it's not the value, like monetary value of the jewels. He wants to wear them.
Okay.
We're getting very like Long Islander tacky with the New York accent and the too many jewels. And
You really are.
He is a costume
Can I have like
designer.
the tram line shaved into the side of the head? And
No.
frosted tips in a second, mate.
What's your crocodile's name?
Guy
Snoodles.
Fury?
Snoodle, yeah.
So
Guy
all of a
Fieri?
sudden, Emin shows up with Snoodles, like right on the breast, right there.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
You'd
Little
start designing an
gold-
alternate outfit for Snoodle, and
Right.
right it's just like, no, honey.
Gold chain
No.
lead.
Gold chain lead. Oh gosh.
Hey, I live in Japan. I can never remember. I can never forget the Hanami, the cherry blossom viewing we went to, where
Oh
there
god,
was
you're right.
there was a woman with a man on a lead. Which is quite fascinating.
I don't king shame.
And all the Japanese people had no comment at all. They're just like, just walk on by. It's great.
It's just like filter.
Were they
vision.
Japanese?
Yeah. Mhm.
I am blown away.
Yeah.
Live your best life.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the most accepting societies in that they just ignore.
Right.
They ignore it until it becomes a problem for them.
Yeah. Or until they're famous, and then it's absolutely fine.
Oh yeah, no. They do weird stuff all the time when they're famous.
Anywho,
So
and, they weren't hurting anybody, and they seemed very happy.
Yeah.
So all
Yes.
power to them. Now,
Yeah.
Eliwick,
Lovely.
hands it over to you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to exchange one canopy for another. Out with the deciduous and in with the jungle. Excuse me, I'm wanted in Chult. And she swims across the lute, and the notes and the music becomes evident in the air and swirls around her. And let's see, just swirls and twirls around her, and the brightness comes across, and she just vanishes from view. And as the bright light subdues, she's gone. And then with a final lick of the eyeball, the gecko sort of leaps through into the light.
I love that. I like her. I can tell why you enjoyed her too.
Nervous shuffling of hair. Okay.
So Emin is holding this bag, and
So before you were looking at the light as soon as the light dilled, like Emin was holding the bag, without seeming to move in any form whatsoever. Just suddenly had possession of the bag.
yes, mage hand ledger main. I mage hand the bag.
To yourself.
As much as this pains me to say, I think somebody else should hold this.
What is Emin's? Okay, what is Emin's outlook on Zybil? Like, why did you leave Prismere? Do you have any beef with Zybilna, or is it just an independence thing?
Not at all. He has a completely favorable outlook on Zybilna.
Okay.
And it had nothing to do. There was no beef. He just wanted to pursue a different line of work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to see
becoming
things.
a carny.
Yeah,
I mean, why not?
it's a great way to see the world.
See the plains.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
That particular carnival, even more so.
Right.
That's true. They're the ability to travel? I just have to work?
I can't wait for the Barovia Beyond crew to meet the other carnival.
Oh, hell
The Shadow Carnival.
boy.
And the old owner of the Witchlight, because it was great. I was so, when they were releasing Tasha's and Van Richten's, they're like, we're teasing what's coming down the line in these books, and I was like, which part of the books is it? And then just finding out that Van Richten's mention of the carnival and how the owner of the carnival had owned a different one and had switched with the two Shadowkai, which is Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, with the Shadowkai that used to own the Domain of Dread one. And then in Tasha's and stuff as well, just all the stuff that was in there. That's great.
Hey, speaking of John, since I have a party in there, in the carnival right now, how are you pronouncing the Dark Lord for the carnival? Nepenthe or Nepente?
I haven't looked at it yet. Sorry. Good question. I will think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Hey, Mac, how you doing? Mac, we needed you yesterday. What was Steph? Can you remember what was the fan art we wanted yesterday? I was like, Mac, are you there? Can I summon Mac?
I don't remember.
No, what was it? There was something. Games Tavern. How you doing, Reed? Good to see you. Get those shot glasses at 10 o'clock in the morning. I probably shouldn't. I'll get a coffee.
Espresso shots. Let's go.
I was going to say shots of espresso. Welcome in, Warrior Streak and the Games Tavern Raiders. Welcome to the Feywild. Welcome to Prismere. And welcome, let me get our friend Eliwick Tan out of the way here, to Thither, the beautiful realm of Thither, with its clearings and mushroom circles and trees and trees and trees and trees and trees. All the trees. How you doing, everyone? I hope you had a fantastic session. Wonderful, wonderful stuff always happening over at the Games Tavern. Thank you so much for the raid. If you are not already, we are QuestJunkiesUK, and we play an awful lot of D&D with other bits thrown in for good measure. Lots of charity streams and special guests in for one-shots, including the fabulous Warrior Streak there, who did a fabulous one-shot with us recently. Thank you so much, sir, on a part of our anniversary shenanigans a couple of weeks ago. And it is an absolute pleasure to have you all here. Welcome in. If you're not already, please give us a follow and jump into that followers Discord of ours. Get all the news, share what's going on in your world, look for players for your games, look to be a player in games, and share art and food and just chat and hang out. Get all the news about QuestJunkiesUK before it's released anywhere else. Unless I get lippy and say things in other places, which happens on occasion. But it is the best place to see, get all the sneak peeks at all the new character art and all the intro videos, which is coming very soon. We have a new mini campaign starting next week. And welcome in to all of you wonderful people. Thank you so much. Right, now, my friends, as you are here and Eliwick has disappeared, and you find yourselves alone with your bullywug and Clapperclaw friendos here, and Clapperclaw says, there is a cave nearby. A friend lives there. They had a unfortunate past, but they are redeeming themselves splendidly. Nibs is the name. Let us head to Nibs' cave. Yes. Whoever that was. Charlie. Yeah, that's it.
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah, there you can see the cave there in the hillside.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah,
And
I think he's got the right idea. Let's check it out.
this will help.
Hey!
Hey,
That helps a lot.
it do.
Okay.
There's also one less B than I wrote down.
There's so much on this map.
So beautiful.
It's yeah.
Love them. Okay, so you start to stroll through the trees. I think you help the Bullywug Knight to drag the swamp gas balloon off into the side of the clearing there and kind of cover it up with some branches and undergrowth, and starts to make your way through the trees there. It is a very pleasant experience walking on dry ground. As like in the previous region, even when the waters were not risen up above the roots and the ground there, you were tripping through the mud that was left behind instead, which is potentially worse. And you start to make your way towards the large rocky outcropping you can see sticking out of the trees where Clapperclaw has gestured towards Corey. Yeah.
As we're walking along, I think Corey turns to Clapperclaw and goes, "Can you sense your head here? Now that we're within the region."
No, sorry.
All right.
We'll have to find it the old-fashioned way.
Yes. By finding an annoying bunny.
Not the astral sea, unfortunately.
Okay.
And you start to wander on across there. Anything you'd like to talk about? Wait, let's just do a refresh here. What are we hoping to achieve?
Find head. Undo. Figure out who is the
I definitely
hag in
thought
this
you were going
area.
to say find head and do good. And I'm like,
Wow.
Find head. Do good. Find out who the hell the hag is.
Right.
Prophet?
Oh, maybe.
That's what I was envisioning too. Yes, indeed. Okay. So,
Well, it's either Scabatha or Endolin here.
indeed.
So
indeed, you have names.
were we ever told at any point which hag command because we because Tither and Yon I think this is Scabatha's. I remember somewhere that this is Scabatha. I think. Could be wrong.
Didn't the wish I'm not sure if you caught up with the VOD, but Villy united two pieces of a wishbone involving Scabatha. So in that scene, basically united two bits of a wishbone involving Scabatha that gave us information that Scabatha forgets the first person she sees when she wakes up.
Aha, yes. That was her weakness, like the Widdershins. That was her. So we just have to make sure that each one of us in turn is there every morning. You do Wednesday, I'll do Thursday.
Or someone uses, or if we can manage to use the sleep spell, if somebody's got access to sleep.
Right.
Knock her out.
Co-parenting situation.
All right. But if we go by what we have experienced already, so obviously. We've learned that we can affect the changes in Prismeer with emotion. We don't necessarily need to have a direct confrontation.
No.
So we need to get intelligence on which one of the hags it is. We know her weakness. We need to figure out how we can undo things. Yeah. What needs to be undone. Yeah, and where she is and what needs to be undone.
And if the mother is any indication, there might be an essence of Zybilna somewhere within this region as well.
we need to, you're absolutely right. That was the next thing I was thinking as well. Was that we need to locate the aspect of mother in this realm, because obviously because the whole thing with it is not a chicken foot. It is not, that is really bugging me. That is bugging me. But the whole thing with that, so obviously that is Zybilna, and we need to get her out so she can do whatever it is she needs to do at the end. So
the other thing is an indication of time, right? So if we've found one aspect of mother and she was young, this aspect may be old or ancient or even younger still. We don't know if this is the past, present, or the future.
Well,
you do
because
yawn. I think is future, and tither, hither is so tither. I'm gonna.
Hither would be closer, so you would think that would be.
I'm gonna. My gut's telling me past, because I just feel like yawn is future, and and we just.
the size of the trees of anything to go by.
This is quote unquote from the introduction, a primeval forest.
Old past. Okay. It's the past.
Oh, does it mean dinosaurs?
Oh, God. He did mention Chult.
Interdimensional dinosaurs. I'm not gonna say no, but that's just because because it's just like, ooh. But yes, no, I think while we're walking along, as we're discussing stuff, if Corey gets a moment alone with her hair, she is going to be, like, for lack of a better word, needling for information about this past dalliance with Eliwick. It's just like, she was cute. I'm not saying no, just details. Don't hold out on me. I know you better than that.
The challenge is you can't talk.
He can speak in flowers.
my flower's a little rusty. Sorry.
It's okay. It's just like, what is it? It's the ones that, like, this symbolically means a dalliance. This symbolically means lots of alcohol was involved.
You get the impression that there was something, and that she proved way too powerful for him.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
Because her and her grandfather are something else. Something else entirely.
Shouldn't bite off more than you can chew, dear. You should know better than that.
I am actually gonna hang back, and as Kore's having this semi-private talk with her flower hair, Daisha's gonna, like, kind of fall back and give, like, the boys space to be like, So why motioning to her mouth because of that moment where
yes.
Daisha pulled it down to I'm gonna revisit that. I'm not letting it go.
No, that's good. It's good.
We're gonna discuss it.
Okay, go.
Well, we finally have a moment.
I know.
I was watching a video about preparing for Thither from the amazing Mike Shea, the lazy DM, and he was mentioning something about timing and stuff here in arriving here and meeting some of the NPCs here. And he said it was a surprise for his characters because in his iteration they'd met them in the Witchlight Carnival, and he's like, and it was a surprise because they had aged so much in the Feywild here, but the adventurers have only been here for 2 or 3 months. And I was like, 2 or 3 months? It's like,
That's a long time.
How are you in hither for 2 or 3 months?
My goodness.
I mean, we were in IRL time.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a perfect depiction of the Feywild time dilation. Is like what it takes. You know, like the time that you spent in the game is a few days, but whatever it took in sessions is how much time has passed in the material plane.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
I think you gesture at the mask, and she goes, because Corey caught you seeing it, right? So she knows Daisha knows. I think so.
Yeah, she knows Daisha knows. I pulled up her mask as she was coming. I was like, as she was coming to. Because I did pull it up to be polite, because obviously you have it covered for a reason. Daisha's thick. She's not that thick. In the head.
So
Daisha's thick.
as you kind of, yeah. As you kind of like gesture at the mask, it's just like. She kind of, as this like happy-go-lucky, like, oh my god, I just saw your ex kind of conversation she was having, kind of slowed.
I ruined it.
Sorry. Hey, heroes.
Heroes and hooligans, welcome in, raiders. How you doing? Hey, Hooli. Thank you, my friend. As we have a sorry, I was frantically searching for cat emotes.
It's okay.
Big chunky fur baby.
Chunky fur baby.
Big chunky fur baby.
So I think that as you gesture at the mask, Corey goes, yes. Well, one of the things about being Fey touched is that aspects of them linger. Unfortunately, Fey are, and she kind of glares at her, a little bit possessive. A little bit more than a little bit possessive. They don't understand ownership like a mortal would. Whether it's of time. So many are immortal that the taking and giving and swapping and tricking of things is, well, standard. And when someone wants to stick by your side, sometimes they're not actually kidding.
You're so friendly with it.
They've been my best friends since I was young.
Does it get worse? She was trying to find another word besides worse.
It's been a long time. In human time. As you know, time moves differently here. I don't know how many years old I am. Not really. I remember being much younger. With far scarier things than flowers in your hair. And the place I live, or I'm most common to, is much colder than this. But the flowers there mean something very different. It's the one sprig of life. Sometimes, in that court. And there are much scarier things, yeah, than friends who are a little bit too attached. even if you're desperately trying to do absolutely everything to make sure you stand on equal footing.
Daisha's gonna look down at her hands and look like really worried and be like, it's not parasitic, is it?
Oh no. I mean, if that gorgeous musician that just went by is anything to go by.
Rustle.
My hair or Idonia's influence cannot reach everyone. I'm just the favorite. And they are fickle. I may not be the favorite one day. It may be someone else. I might die. The seed may move on. I don't know. But I want to thank them for all of the protection they've given me so far. And all of the, and you see like this like kind of crinkling in the hair, like some roots like curl around, and there's like, again, Corey is mostly human. Mostly. But there is an essence to her that is very not anymore. And I wouldn't be able to step foot in the mortal realm anyway without, well, at least someone considering me an adventurer. They tend to look quite strange.
You do draw attention.
Well, I try not to. It's just some people are very expressive. Gestures at her.
Just like a rainbow of...
Daisha.
Yeah.
As you're talking to Corey and slowing down, kind of looking to the sides, like to talk to each other a bit more, over her shoulder, you see on the trunk of a tree, just like a couple back from the edge of the kind of semi-clear pathway that you're walking along here, through this primeval forest that you're surrounded by here. And this fragrant breeze, wafts between these enormous trees that you're passing through, sending motes of pollen dancing into the air, and patches of sunlight, but tinged orange and peach as the day is coming to an end, kiss the forest floor. And the sweet melody of the birds roosting and getting settled for the evening echoes all around. And as you're talking, you see past through a gap in the trees the hillside up above, and the cozy torchlight which is radiating from a cave in the wooded hillside. About 20 feet ahead of where you are, and Clapperclaw is clearly walking in that direction. But, as I said, over Corey's shoulder, like a couple of trees back in, you see a sheet of parchment nailed to the tree.
Everyone see it, or just Corey, or
Daisha, just Daisha, because she's stopped in. Like, I think Emin and Willie, you're kind of focused on Clapperclaw and talking with Morgoth, and Morgoth's talking about what plans they have for the next day and how they're going to head off to make their own way.
Can I reach out and grab it as I'm listening to Kore without breaking stride?
It's a short distance away. It's like the others didn't see it because it wasn't right next to where you were walking. So you want to walk over and grab it whilst you're talking.
Yeah, I'm listening, but I'm like going over like maybe to pick a fruit or maybe to do something else. And I pull a paper off the tree and I just hold. I don't even look at it. I just pull it off, hold on to it as I'm listening to Kore.
You're pulling. What is it nailed down with?
That's a good question.
Is
it plastered or is it?
It's sovereign glue.
No.
Cannot remove. You take the tree with you.
It is nailed.
This is mine.
It is nailed to the tree, and you can just tear it free if you wish.
Yeah, okay. I tear it free like getting a babysitter's number off those want ads.
Can you roll me a d8, please?
Yes. Oh, decisions were made. Hold on.
I think Koya's just like, what are you, oh dear?
Because every time we're asked.
I rolled a 1, which is the third time I've rolled a 1 for something like this.
It's okay.
You miss and rip all the bark off the tree.
Close, Dragon at Rest. Doesn't say it. Doesn't say Robin Hood, but it does say wanted. Daisha.
It's act on Longstaff.
And Corey, as you're looking at it, I can show you.
Wanted. I pay gold for hovels.
I have a picture of this.
Oh.
Where are we at? Here we go. Which is just kind of like a sidebar thing. So
I love a
it's not-
sidebar.
It's not designed as a picture, I'm afraid, but this is what it looks
That'd
like.
be
A very afro-haired young fellow, kind of teenage-looking fellow. If we zoom in, it'll probably look a bit better. This is what you see. And it says, "Wanted," across the top. Amax of the Feywild. And you see this fellow here on the paper. And beneath where it says "Wanted" across the top, Amax of the Feywild, it says, "This sorry wretch has stolen from me. Deliver him to me alive and unharmed, and I'll give you back 10 years of your youth." And Scabatha is scrolled across the bottom.
Is that a sewing pin?
Yeah, it looks like
The one that
it's
it-
like a hat pin, kind of like a hairpin kind of thing. Yeah.
Did you take the pin with you?
No, I just ripped it off.
Can Cora go back and grab that pin?
Help yourself.
Bling.
Ooh. Bounty hunters?
No, but
Showing
there
the
are some...
wanted ad to Kore.
Well, I
Probably,
mean...
you know, it would be a good bargaining chip for Scabatha.
it would be. Or what they've stolen might be very important. Good to know. Information's always good.
Now, you catch up with Emin and Willie and Clapperclaw and Morgoth and start to climb up the forested hill, weaving our way through the gigantic trunks towards the torchlight spilling from the cave.
Dun 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 dun. What are Billy and Emin talking about?
Oh, that's fair.
They're just arguing about the jewels. What are you going to do with all of them? It's
No,
none of your
no.
business.
Emin is probably going to ask
My precious.
Willie, "Hey,
Yeah,
The-
Emin?
the thing with that light back in the cottage, you almost jumped out a window.
I did.
You kept saying the name Jacob.
Yeah, I said the name Jacob.
Am I safe to assume that's maybe a brother?"
Yeah. That is safe to assume, Emin. Oh, look, what an interesting cave up ahead. I wonder if we will meet Clabberclaw's friend in there, this Nibs. Willie makes a
Clabberclaw.
concerted effort.
So, yeah.
Oh,
So Clapperclaw's gourd head kind of turns. It's like, very useful person to know.
excellent. I'm excited to meet him, Clabberclaw. And you see that Willie, there's more than a little bit of discomfiture on his face, as you mentioned, Jacob, because while he has implied and made, tangential comment, he doesn't talk about it. But you see that he's struggling, and it's very clearly okay, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not ready.
And the visions,
Yeah.
the visions in the roller coaster in the carnival were just to that person, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like Emin and Daisha didn't see Willie's
Yeah.
vision. Yeah.
With the whole like, oh, it's the child. Like, what? Yeah.
So
Right.
I think Emin seeing Willie so uncomfortable and knowing that he can't lie, I think he would, he would fly up so that he was at eye level with Willie and like put a hand on his shoulder and just say, "Look, man, I get it. It's touchy, we don't got to talk about it right now, but at some point, I mean, you almost jumped out the window, Willie. We'll talk about it eventually. I know.
Yeah.
Willie, you don't have any memory of this.
Oh, okay. Was this while I was? All right. Okay. Oh.
Yes, Willie and Charlie's memory of this is aligned.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, so I am actually like being an excellent actor with this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I put it in the
Method.
recap.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Excellent. I appreciate the understanding, Emin. I do. I jumped out the window at the light? What are you...
Almost. You were chasing this light. And I mean, we were on the top floor, so that wouldn't have been pretty, but we got you
Well, I thank you. You are noble and stalwart companions, and I hope that I am the same for the three of you. I am feeling now that we are in this new land, this Tizza, that maybe I too, make a change. Yeah. I was too impetuous, too eager before when we were in Izza, and I recognize that I maybe made some foolish choices based on what I thought I knew. Here I am going to observe a bit more. Yeah. He seems much calmer now that he's been able to journal like 30 pages. Of stuff.
Do you still have a notebook? Is there still space?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Willie has that really tiny, 2-point.
Oh, like the
font.
yeah.
It just looks like little bumpy lines, but he can read all of it.
Have you gone back to the top?
Yes, I do.
Right.
I can read all writing.
No, I'm saying I think your journal magically like multiplies
Extra pages,
Yeah.
extra folios.
Oh, that would be so
useful. If that were
useful.
a thing, I would own. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
right?
But it would just get so big. I was watching a Ginny D video just before, and she had a sponsor for this new, it was adventure and a campaign setting, and it was a 900-page book. It was this massive tome.
My
I was like, holy
goodness.
shit.
That is so cool.
It was incredible.
I mean, I definitely share the Japanese stationery fetish. Pens and books, paper. Love it all.
The stationery stores here, man. Oh,
And when you get used to the quality, you go back home to Australia and you're like,
There's one here. There's one here
Yeah.
in my city in Japan, and the front is all kind of like school stuff and like cool and like character, all the different cool character goods and things like that. And then the back is all traditional Japanese paper in just rolls and sheets. And the designs. Oh, it's so good. Baron, I think it was Elderbrain Press or Elderbrain. Sorry, I forget. Check out the latest Ginny D YouTube video. It was on them. Okay, so Clabberclaw, walking ahead of you, reaches near the entrance to the cave and calls out, "Nip! We have visitors, adventurers from far, far away." And you just hear, "Yes, Emin."
I think that maybe Emin stopping to put the hand on Willie's shoulder and come to terms with everything would have given Daisha and Kore time to catch up to us.
Mm-hmm.
Can Emin see the poster that she nipped off the tree?
Daisha, what are you doing?
If Daisha catches up to y'all, she's like, "Look what I found! Bounty hunters!" Just the same exact way she proposed it to Kore.
So Stephanie, how does Daisha hold the poster out?
She holds it like this way, facing out, and is like, "Bounty hunters!" Think Road to El Dorado, Miguel.
What's this boss? What's this boss music?
Takes a look at the poster.
I'm in danger.
And and his face changes completely. He adopts a very dour expression, and he very quietly says, "Where'd you get that?"
Daisha feels that she has offended someone, and she's like the TikTok. I sense I should stop. I'm like got it off.
Before she even gets that far, Emin is going to fly directly into her face, nose to nose. "Where'd you get it, Dai?"
The tree, and she's gonna like just scoot her finger in between their noses and like back him up by the nose. The tree.
And because he'd have to be hovering, so he would be weightless.
Yeah.
High level.
When Daisha touches his nose, he is going to fly in a complete circle around her as fast as he can and snatch the poster out of her hand.
You don't have to do it. It was just.
Do you just let it go, or are we contesting this?
Daisha's. I would say.
PvP. Do it.
Over. Daisha would just
I am not condoning it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I mean, Daisha would give a little resistance, but I would say if it's a roll, it's disadvantage because she's so shook. Like, your issue is.
Okay, do contested sleight of hand with Daisha as disadvantage.
Okay.
Sleight of hand versus strength, or
Just the contested sleight of hand. Who's nimbler?
Well, you win.
How'd you go?
27 will do it.
Like, when you snatch it out of her hands, Daisha's gonna be like, Emin, I'm not. You don't have to do it. It was just an idea. I'm like, why you mad?
Just give me a second.
this is no way to talk to a friend.
Willie, just having had a moment with Emin and watching this transpire, will step up and very quietly from behind Emin say, "Who is on the poster, Emin? Is it somebody you know? Is it somebody we need to help?"
And Emin realizes himself, and he will breathe in and out. Look, sorry about that. I lost myself there.
Yes,
you know,
you did.
I guess in all fairness, I haven't said his name around anybody in present company. And Emin will hold the poster out, like face out to everyone. MX is my brother.
Dun dun dun.
This is him. This is one of the bigger reasons why I'm here in the first place.
No bounty hunting.
Willie just locks eyes with him, and he's like, "I understand. Then I offer myself while we both seek our brothers, as your brother, Emin. And Corey, it's okay if he lost it. People lose things here in Prismia. You need to be more understanding when people have pain over a family member." And then he'll look at Daisha, waiting for her emotional, cathartic moment.
It's okay.
I mean,
Willie's kind of edging in front of Emin between, Willie's putting Emin behind him
so
and
fast.
the women. Yeah, like this is
Daisha's
escalating.
definitely gonna be like, I mean,
Thank you,
you could have just said.
I could.
There is absolutely no reason to start a combative stance over this. We're not attacking him. We want to help.
Yeah, everything's okay. Well, everything will be okay.
I understand that things might be tense right now, but Lily, quite frankly, your tone has been nothing but rude right now.
I accept a certain amount of responsibility for that with the music.
You do? That's fine, that's fine. Corey is like... It was pinned to a tree with a needle probably from Scabatha. Now, if we are going to be kind companions amongst each other, perhaps let's not act as if we are about to enter combat with each other.
And you know, Corey, that's a very good point. None of you have wronged me in any way.
No, but at the moment, there's a lot of tense air here.
I will agree with that.
And quite frankly, Villy, you're not the only one who has lost things. Though that moment, RP, you weren't here for, I did that with John. So...
Oh, okay.
We've had this exact scene, like, 4 sessions ago, but it was with John.
Yeah, John instead of Willie. And we weren't we commenting the whole time like this is so unfair to Charlie? Now there's gonna be.
What did I miss? Catch me up.
Basically, long story short, Billy was like, your exact line, and Corey was like, bitch, you're not the only one who's lost shit. And Billy was like, K-fam, and then storms off. And that was the scene, and I was like, Hey,
John, right in my head. Willie turns and storms off. Just like, yeah!
I turn to Daisha and I very much go, I don't know what you did to earn that, but quite frankly, it was all very rude.
To the other players, because I, Charlie, don't want you to be offended. To the other players, the takeaway, Willie gets hyper protective of people that he has decided are his. He's decided Emmons' his brother. You were coming after Emmons, so he's going to get right in front of him.
Good to know that none of us count.
Also,
no, well,
Corey,
just
Corey.
There's no been. We all need to have a moment.
There.
Yeah,
that's
no,
right. No,
just
you had the
so you know,
moment.
that's
It's okay.
That's the motivation. I want you to
Yeah.
know that's the motivation. It wasn't to be a dick. So.
Also,
Revel Jack's shit, here we go again.
I think so. Was it New Claim before? Where was it? Yeah, it was like, get him, Daisha. I mean, calm down, everyone. Sorry, it's Dragon.
Look,
Corey, you also see dark, kind of ebony-colored vines and leaves have crept down from the nearest tree and actually wrapped around some of your ankles. And you think that Scabatha's mood may have influenced that little exchange.
Oh, interesting, lovely. Just like as that happens, there is like this deep breath. She looks, closes her eyes, thinks to herself, and says to Idonius in her hair, "Lavender, please. Jasmine too, if you have it. Let's calm the fuck down." This is what they want.
Is gonna kind of like shake himself out, and he'll say, "Man, I haven't had an outburst like that in a decade, maybe."
It sounds like you need to talk to someone about this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna talk to you guys.
Are you alright?
Okay, so
They're just like frozen, just like I don't want to piss anybody else off.
No.
Fucking delicious. Thank you.
Thanks, really. Thanks, Charlie.
Listen.
That was great.
Sometimes you just gotta say, pull the pin and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Absolutely. I was just trying to say I'm protective.
Right?
Willie's protective.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
No?
You're fine.
Yeah. Hey,
It's great.
Hey, I put people together in the same adventure who are in the same kind of vein, same kind of place, and yeah, be never be worried about things that's happening in character, because everyone
Yes.
here
Yeah.
understands it's happening in character
Okay, good.
and is
Good.
delighted.
We're all so responsible.
Delighted to
We're all-
bounce off.
We're
that.
like, oh, it's like, in character RP. No, it's cool, though. You're sure.
It's
fine, you're fine.
really
It
fine.
was also adorable how like
It was basically.
it's like, we good? Yeah, we good. Okay.
I feel so bad.
I need a little card. This is not real. This is acting. You know.
Like,
It's not true,
is
this is not true.
RP.
Yeah.
Like, we
World
all
is not
get a
being
cup of
attacked by
coffee.
aliens. This is an act of fiction. Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It's like, this is an act of fiction.
Opinions
But anyway.
expressed by Emin Pastiche do not necessarily reflect the.
Exactly.
The words
Feelings
and
of Colby
actions
Cole.
of Colby.
So, Emin is gonna, he's gonna say, like, look, okay, the short version.
No egos were harmed in the creation of this.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Except for Willie's on a rock, rage journaling.
Just like, oh my god, they
Oh,
said
no-
I was attacking people.
No promises for in-character egos. Sorry.
Destroyed, ruined.
No IRL egos. Yeah. Sorry,
No, never.
No, it's okay. Maxie was sick, right? And like real sick. So one of the reasons I came back, I need to find him. I need to help him. I didn't even know if he was still alive, frankly. So I'm a little overcome. Apparently, he is. And he's on the lam. And I have no idea what he could have possibly taken from Scabada.
Also, Emin, remember what your family dryad said of Grandfather Tree?
That the tree was...
Dying.
It was also sick, right?
Rotted.
Yeah. I got a feeling it has something to do with home.
Well, hopefully we can find out what has happened to your home. But
There's no hope. We'll figure it out.
Emin, I'm going to say, I'm going to make a promise, which I hate doing, so understand that this means I like you. I want to help you, and I will do whatever I can within my power that will not hopefully destroy me completely.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Emin, sick, rule of reciprocity burn. Now you owe her.
And Corey looks at you. I've never had siblings. I've had people in my life who have been that to me. Some of them are no longer around. Some of them were quite frankly eaten. And some of them were sacrificed. In ways that I can't explain. Because rules. But I will tell you this. I, as Corey, will help in what I can. I can't promise anything about this arsehole.
No.
But I will do whatever is in my power to help.
Listen, and that means a lot. And, when we originally got here, I had no expectations as far as anybody else's involvement. But listen, this is heavy. I just got home. All right. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. This is a tomorrow Emin problem. Right? Let's figure out who this Nib guy is.
All right. Though I think, and I gesture to Daisha, there's someone you owe a bigger apology to, quite frankly. And she huffs and goes after and stares with like the...
I mean, I think I'm doing you wrong here, mate. I don't think you would be completely oblivious as to who Nib was, having been raised in this area.
Oh, that's fair.
you don't know. You're never in this particular like bottom left area, so very much. You didn't roam. I mean, you left here quite young, so you didn't actually
Right.
roam too far afield from Grandfather Tree. But the gossip and the whisperings were that he was a human from some place called Waterdeep.
I know who this is.
I didn't know. It's the first time I've seen it, I think. And he had done some great wrong in the material plane and is paying penance for that.
And so Emin will say to everyone, I got a feeling that if memory serves, he is an exilee.
I think before Clap and Claw like shouted out, "Nib, we have visitors here," and then turned around and you all like just at each other's throats and they just like backed into the cave.
Just like, okay then, I'm gonna give you 5 because you clearly need it.
Catch up when you're done. Yeah, okay.
And so on that note, Emin will turn to Daisha and he will stand in front of her. And he'll look up at her and say, "Look, Daisha, that was too much. There's no reason for me to have acted like that. It's not like you were involved in any way. This place kind of got to me. So don't ever expect me to do something like that again. Of my own volition."
I mean, I would hope, in general, you're making it seem very likely that it could happen out of your volition. She doesn't know if she's using it right.
No. So, like, if I get mind controlled or something,
great,
and he'll
sweet.
make like big scary hands around his head.
Sure. Apology accepted? That was...
Spooky.
Plain or Daijini.
I wanted to be like, you should be a barbarian, but I was like, that's meh.
Thank
Never
you for all the
mind.
inspirations. Everyone,
Thank you.
New Klein has hooked you all up with the inspiration.
Thank you.
Why,
Ooh.
thank
Very
you.
much, yeah.
And,
Why, thank you.
and thank you, Dragon and Rest, for earlier.
Oh yes, thank you.
I'm gonna, and as I'm saying that, I'm gonna reach over and take the poster and be like, guy looks nothing like you.
Yes, no, you are clearly more handsome. Now,
He's my older brother. This is
Well, that's interesting. Okay, so does Emin say he's your older brother? Because the picture is much younger than Emin.
yeah.
it's strangely.
This is what he looks like now.
Well, maybe he stole time. Wouldn't surprise me in a world like this.
I mean, that would track given the
John's doing calculations.
reward.
If I was,
No, Emin.
I'm not going to even try.
I have a strong feeling that Lily is not a reciprocant to either of us two for some reason, but is keen to protect his brother. Perhaps you should be the one to grab him. Because he clearly cares about you and has this entire time. After all, he stuck a dragon on us for it. And that's a sign of great love. More so than you might realize. Like,
If you love them,
don't worry, this
set
isn't
a
the first
dragon on
time.
them. If they survive and come back, you know it's true.
Thank you. All of you, thank you. Really.
It's alright. Know that I don't expect reciprocity for this. I am not Fae.
Dragon at rest. Wrong party. Wrong party. This party is safe from Tarasques. You're thinking of
For now.
Thursdays.
Yeah.
Well, that may still be Thursday for you.
Scheiße, ach mein Leben!
I was going to say, if they're in the States, it is Thursday.
What's it? Really, what's a Tarask? Oh dear, that's rather large, isn't it?
Exactly.
Hey, we did say primeval forest.
Yeah,
It is a primeval forest.
No.
I really want to see a dinosaur.
It's
And
like
in the
a phone.
meantime,
It's like
Scooter-
you're alerted to the Tarrasque approach by the stampede of fleeing dinosaurs, like on Jurassic Park.
Just like, oh dear, it's a much bigger dinosaur. We should get out of
You
here.
put yourself in a bowl of force, so you're like in like the Jurassic Park, like little bubble mobiles. Like,
Oh yeah.
What is it? To this, Corey reaches down, gives Snoodle a comforting scritch. It's all right. It's all right. Mortals will be mortals, of all kinds. Come on, let's go. Tiny little feet.
And as you, Willie, you stormed ahead and away from the others, and you hear an elderly man's voice from inside the cave. Won't you come in?
Willie will stand outside the cave entrance and straighten up his clothes and, compose himself, embarrassed and flushed at that outburst because he doesn't realize, like, why did I do that? What did that come from? And just trying to sort it out, even though he'd been writing really angrily, not putting two and two together, that being reminded that he'd had this outburst about his own brother, and then realizing that there's this connection between him and Emin, and then his other companions that he cares about, that he's done all this stuff with, and then he just got so angry and defensive, and he's confused because he's always been.
So I just love the timing of that as well. The fact that Emin brought up your brother just as that poster was.
Yeah,
found.
right.
So,
Yes.
so good.
It's almost like you engineered it because you're a great DM.
Right place at the right time.
Fishing for kudos. You're amazing. You are.
Good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
so he's just confused. He's emotionally because he's always been very intellectual, and he's got a lot of insight and stuff into other people, into other things. He's his own mystery. And so he's like, gonna put a brave face on it. And he leans and he's like, hello, Herr Nibs, hello. And look inside the cave.
Okay. As you dip through the entrance into the cave, you see the torchlights reflected, and you think of your brother, Emin, and what reaction he is about to have as you see inside the cave a wizened old man. Reminds you a little of your warlock friend in the material plane. But he is surrounded by piles and piles and piles of gold, all of it shimmering in the torchlights on the cavern walls here, as this wizened old man, who wears a blindfold, sits at a spinning wheel, surrounded by these mountains of coins. And as he spins, he reaches down and grasps handfuls of the coins, which transform at his touch into gleaming gold fibers. It's so nice to have visitors. Do come in. Clapperclaw says you have friends?
Yeah. Let me get them, Herr Nibs. My name is Willy Grime, and my companions, and he will lean out the cave mouth and hello, hello, Daisha, Corey, Emin, come quickly. We have made a new friend.
Emin.
Corey has a single raised eyebrow.
Since Emin's blind,
Willie's doing that male thing of acting like nothing's wrong. You're arguing in the car, and then you go into the party, and he acts like nothing's wrong the whole time, and you're just like, what the? Yeah. Who's
Billy
married?
is calling out to them.
If
Emin-
Miss Branson could comment in the chat whether or not this is true, that would be fantastic.
Look at
I'm
Lauren.
a sweetheart. She's out driving with the daughter. So I'm a sweetheart.
It's fine. Anyway,
Emin is gonna buzz right up next to Willie as he's calling out.
Please describe your reaction as you, Emin, are confronted by the sight of an appraising eye darts around the room. This way, that, there. 27,213 gold pieces.
Randomly specific.
Okay.
Wow.
How many of you guys have seen the Rescue Rangers cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay, so then those of you that have seen it will be familiar with
When there's danger. Sorry.
with Monterey Jack's reaction to cheese.
Mhm.
Emin, as he flies up to the mouth of the cave, and he's like, "Hey, Willie," and he sees this. There's like a sputtering in his wings, and he almost falls like to the ground.
Does your mustache corkscrew?
Yeah. Every hair on his body. You know how in Ghibli movies, like all their hair like kind of goes up, like that starts to happen, and his eyes are just, previously have zero color, are reflecting this like golden light.
Oh dear.
And he's going to like. If I could make one more Disney cartoon reference, he's going to pull. He does wear goggles. He's going to pull his goggles down over his eyes and make a move to dive into these coins, Scrooge McDuck style.
Be careful.
And does Willie stop him? Does he try to grab him?
There's gonna be a lot of PvP today.
I think Willie's watching the change coming over Emin, and he's like looking at the gold, looking at Emin, looking at the gold, looking at Emin, looking out the cave for the girls, looking at Emin.
The girls are coming.
And then as he starts to leap, he will like, oh no, 9!
Also,
9 Emin!
Willie, one reason you do that is because
Rumpelstiltskin might get mad.
Other stuff too.
perhaps not. Perhaps not Rumpelstiltskin. But as you were talking to Nib,
Yeah,
behind him, glimpsed on the edge of perception. Nib raises his chin to you. Oh, do not mind them. They are my problem, my burden alone. It's why I choose not to see.
What? Yeah, he will. Hearing that and then having Nib say that, he will definitely stop Emin, and he'll elbow Emin really hard and like, you know, and indicate like what the shadows are behind Nib. And a hand will stick out the cave entrance and like beckon really fast, like get in here.
Yeah.
Cora's like, oh dear, not again.
You see a grubby urchin child kind of like reaching towards Nib's shoulder before it just like dissipates and moves. You see a mother clutching children to her skirts, hobbling towards Nib from the back, reaching out towards him again as the kids claw at her skirts desperately, hunger just tearing them apart, and again it dissipates. You see a man, jagged, crooked teeth, brandishing a gnarled cane, an elderly gentleman, mouthing silently, angrily, this face raged, dissipates. These
Nibs.
just keep revolving, like coming and go, just non-stop.
Nibs.
What?
I mean, you do not see this.
No?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, not just because of the gold. There is a passive perception that is required, and yours, the only one where it's too low. So
that's interesting.
That is awesome.
It's
Head Nibs, you say they are your problem to deal with. What are they? May I ask?
I led a cruel and heartless existence up in the material world. I earned these riches by exploiting my tenants' misery, buying up condemned property and renting it out for an exorbitant fee. Granny Nightshade is helping me to make amends. I told her I wanted to put my bad deeds behind me and my ill-gotten gains to good use. She cursed me to dwell forever in this cave, spinning my gold into useful items for anyone who comes my way. And my own words haunt me. As I said, I wanted my ill-gotten gains put to good use and my bad deeds remaining behind me. Unless I'm very much mistaken, you are beholding the restless apparitions of those I hurt. They lurk behind my back, tormenting me with their pokes at my ribs and whisperings in my ear. I can't bear to look at them. Not after what I did to them. It is why I wear this, lest I mistakenly glance over my shoulder.
Think I am understanding. You hurt them to earn this wealth. Well,
Yes.
now you must turn your wealth into gifts and largesse to expatriate the sins that you caused. Yeah, is this the case?
Yes, it is. Please, allow me to make something for you, for all of you, as you're welcome here in my cave. The rules of hospitality still hold here. Allow me to...
Reciprocity?
Oh, it's not necessary. It is my payment to make. And Daisha and Corey, as you arrive, you also see these tortured, haunted shades swirling and apparating and disappearing behind him, reaching out for him, scraping hands as he shivers as they crawl across his shoulder. And one of them just comes right up next to his ear, a flat cap, moth-eaten, full of holes, a ragged scarf around their neck, just angrily whispering in his ear as he winces behind the blindfold. And he turns to you, Willie. And you are right to stop your friend. Do not take any of this. It is, as I say, my burden. And I would not have it pass on to you.
I see.
Until it has been cleansed by being turned into a gift. I understand.
It is cast.
Daisha, Corey, what are some things that our friend Nibs here can make for you?
What sort of things would you make? Yeah.
What sort of things can you make?
All manner of things.
Can you make a long rest?
The gold is cursed. You are welcome to stay, of course. But the coins are cursed, but they are also magical. And I can create any number of items. If you would care to see what the wheel provides, or if you have a request, I can try.
Player to GM question. Mechanically, what this?
There is a D8 a table of things he can make, or you can request something. Let's see here. Yeah, he can create something for you randomly of a magical nature, or you can request something non-magical that is worth no more than 1,000 gold pieces.
1,000 gold?
Yes.
That's still a lot. Damn.
Hold on.
What was that one more time?
What do you want? He'll make it for you.
Or a magic item of common or uncommon rarity.
Ooh, common or uncommon rarity, you say? I would say that Corey would honestly just leave it up to them.
Okay.
It's very interesting, actually. Like, all of you, like, completely opposite to Emin's reaction, she seems to, like, not be paying attention to any of the gold at all. Like, she seems to have absolutely no interest in the wealth.
Well, Corey, as you step forward, and what do you say to Nib?
Spinner's choice, dear.
Very well. Roll me a d8.
Woohoo! I'm gonna use the really nice D8 that I got from a certain amazing company called Phoenix Dice. Plug.
Michelle, you're amazing. I believe. I think they still have her shout out in here from when they were on the channel.
8! I couldn't tell for a second.
It's not activated, damn it. An 8. Okay.
An 8!
Nib scoops up some of these threads that he's created from the coins and a pair of knitting needles, and they start to click and clack and dart back and forth, almost blurring and out of sight. And as he does so, you see a tiny hourglass is formed. And you may go into your inventory management and search for Elemental Gem.
Oh?
This is a tiny hourglass, but it functions as an elemental gem of the blue sapphire variety, which is an air elemental.
Wait, are you saying that I have access to an air elemental?
Yes, I am. So look at the rules will be in there on the item once you found it. You found elemental gem?
No, I just gotta figure out how to use this first.
Yep. In the inventory manager, there should be a search box. If you just put elemental, it should be there.
Blue sapphire.
Blue sapphire variety. Yeah.
Alright.
Daisha, Emin, Willie.
Hold on, I'm shopping.
Oh crap! What? That's insane! I have a 1 use of summon air elemental?
That's cool.
I am wondering, Nibs, what are the limits? I mean, other than the cost of the object, what are the rules here? I mean, if I were to tell you, say, I want or say like a magical bedspread that puts me to sleep immediately, you could make this? This is a hypothetical. Oh. I am very, very tired of getting hit. Amongst my friends here, I am the one who seems to be unconscious most of the time. Like quite recently, I am told that I am chasing lights that I don't remember. It is most confusing. I am wishing for, say, like armor that is more protective, or like a cloak, or yes, a cloak that protects me. Are you able to make something like this?
Somewhere in the meta behind the curtain, a D8 clacks onto a 5, and he knits a cloak of protection.
Just right! It's an uncommon. I'm like, oh, please. Right on. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Putting it on. Oh, you should get one. Try and hit me. You can't.
Come on,
Don't try
Baron.
yourself,
More than one
Billy.
use would be OP. just have an air elemental every day or something. I think a little much, perhaps.
Also, just casually being able to be like, pocket elemental bolts.
So yeah, Baron Dragonborn, Willie has got a cloak of protection. Is that plus 180?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
It is.
And saving throws.
Woohoo!
Nice.
You need that.
Yes.
Sometimes you get so got.
somebody had to play the guy. I'm playing the guy.
Nah, you're fine.
I can play Do. Do was good.
Between you and Daisha, someone's getting got.
What did I just get pulled into? I'm sorry, I'm reading things fervently.
more Willy stuff. Just ignore it. It's more Willy stuff. Willy drama.
I see.
Fine.
Corey, you see a grubby urchin again peering over Nib's shoulder.
Am I allowed to leave things here, dear? As in, to give you a gift? Or are you not allowed to accept any?
Be my guest.
She reaches into her hair and requests lavender, chamomile, things that calm you and bring you peace when you smell them, especially if his eyesight's blocked off. And she lays them around his feet and goes, "These will not last long, but it'll give you a moment. Perhaps."
Thank you.
I am used to ghosts, dear.
Is there anything I can repay you with? The item was not a gift from me. A gift from my repentance, shall we say.
You may do what you wish, dear.
Is
I
there
won't force reciprocity on anyone.
anything I can share from when I met Granny Nightshade?
If you have information, that would be lovely. But only if you're willing to share it.
I believe I haven't been able to find anything, but Granny Nightshade is the name of the main hag just outside Saltmarsh, like in Ghost of Saltmarsh.
Right.
I was like, is there a link there somewhere? But I couldn't find one.
That's okay. Anything you can tell us about the area or people? I know you cannot leave your cave, but are there those who have come and requested items? Some way we can help?
I could merely share my experience of my audience with Granny Nightshade.
Mm.
She is a curious one. A huge key protruding from her back. The key indicates her mood. Did you know?
No.
Depends on
what's
how
the-
fast it's turning. When she's happy, it turns quickly. If she's upset, it turns slowly. If it stops completely... Oh, goodness.
Mm.
And I did feel so sorry. Perhaps a product of my ill-spent life. But I did feel sorry for all of the children.
What children, dear?
Oh, there are many children who toil away in Granny Nightshade's workshop. Crafting toys. She delivers these creepy things to children on other worlds, filling their heads with nightmares. She delivers these toys on the back of a flying rocking horse.
Hang on. A flying rocking horse. Why have I heard that?
Oh, and she's obsessed with capturing this outlaw that is in the lands here.
Oh.
This boy, what's his name? Arthur? Andy? Amtrak? No.
Amdrak sounds
Who has the
accurate.
poster?
You do.
Emin had it before, right?
Tucked away, yeah? I'm like, I take it out of whoever's hands. Okay.
She's obsessed with capturing this boy. He apparently helped a handful of younger children escape from her lair, Loomlurch.
And where is Loomlurch?
Oh, up from here.
Is
This This
Obvious?
outlaw has these kids and a little motley band with him. They call themselves
Oh my
the
God, it's
Getaway
Peter
Gang.
The Peter Pan. Ah!
What a motley crew.
And here's you with a crocodile.
I know. TikTok. Where's the Captain Hook when you need one?
Stuff. Everyone turns around. Corey's feeding Snoodles an alarm clock.
Just like any time, dear.
just swallow this, darling. Just swallow this.
All right.
Yeah, they're called the Getaway Gang.
And what is their signature, dear?
Oh, I assume they're quite safe, and probably why Granny Nightshade has been able to capture them. They're protected by a vast treant. Ironic name, though. He's called Little Oak.
Oh.
He was little once.
I suppose. My curse keeps me trapped in this cave, but that way is the general area that Little Oak resides.
May I ask, dear?
Yes.
This loom lurch, what does it look like? I'm not common to this area, you see.
It is one of these vast trees, felled and hollowed out into various rooms and turrets and towers and gardens and workshops and holding cells. And there is a vast goblin candy market outside.
Goblin can. Be honest, is this the sort of lollies that you would consume and then proceed to grow 3 sizes? Or is this... What?
I was too obsessed with my own problems. I did not dally.
Ways to lure in
My fairy
children,
friend.
I guess.
Yeah.
You, milady, may I provide
Yeah,
something?
I think I got it. The first thing I thought of might be a little bit too heavy for me. So, being able to fly, I am at a little bit of a risk when it comes to arrows, things like that. I wonder if maybe there's some kind of glove that might help me out. Maybe even make my hands a little bit faster, fast enough that I could maybe catch the arrows.
What's the rarity on this?
It says uncommon.
Okay.
What is it?
They are gloves of missile snaring.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
That's fun.
I have no regrets. I'm so excited. Fucking elemental.
Okay. 500 gold pieces disappears from the hoard and is woven into thread and then into gloves. Help yourself.
Nice.
That's so cool.
I thought you were going to pick another one from the list. There is some gloves on the list, but it wasn't those ones.
I thought to myself, should I get gloves of ogre strength? That might be a little.
The ones on the table would have, because Daisha, you're not going to roll on the table, right?
No.
No, the ones on the table would have been very apt for you, Emin, as they are gloves of thievery.
I saw those in the list.
Yeah.
How terribly sneaky.
And you, milady, might I?
As
provide you with
Daisha
something?
approaches, it's the same situation as Kore. Like, the gold holds no interest to her. Given her background, she's like, oh yeah, this is nothing. And as she comes up, she's like,
Worse, it's a curse nothing.
it's cursed nothing. Yeah, that's a big deal. She doesn't say it out loud to the guy. She doesn't want to offend him or anything. But she's like, I've 2 things in mind, and they aren't of much worth, but I'd be willing to trade you this for one of them, and like puts forward her great axe. She's like, I need a battle axe and a warhammer. And I can trade you for one of them, holding her great axe.
I'm afraid I cannot cannot encourage greed such as I had. One thing alone can be yours.
Mm-hmm.
A warhammer, then.
4.
To replace the axe, or as well as?
It'll be as I'm not just gonna give him the axe. It'll be as well as I took the feat of 2-weapon fighting, and my stupid great axe is 2-handed. So I've been sitting here thinking like, okay, I'm gonna have to find a shop. So this kind of takes care of it for me.
Okay, so what kind of warhammer would that be?
No, I didn't look at the special kinds of because I greedy did boring. Hold on. Warhammer flavors. I don't know what to put in.
If you just type Warhammer in the search on the inventory manager, it'll show all of them.
Okay.
A vicious Warhammer has been suggested in chat.
Ooh.
Coming there.
It is an uncommon item.
Ooh. There's also a vicious battle axe. Alright, I just saw vicious laser rifle in the list.
7.
What? We're not in Spelljammer yet.
Yet.
Comes out in August.
Oh, and it is a magic weapon?
Oh yeah. It is versatile, so you'd be able to use 1 hand or 2 hand.
I have a question because the Warhammer of Warning, it says that it warns you of danger.
Sorry, no weapons of warning, please. Sorry.
Okay.
Fucking hate them.
Sure
Stop
thing.
spoiling my plot.
Advantage on initiative.
So broken.
You can't be surprised.
Yeah.
Magically awakens you and your companions with. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That is broken.
Mm-hmm.
That's too much.
What about the arm blade?
Looking for some Love and Thunder Dragon.
What is it? A regular +1 Warhammer is uncommon. So that'll give you +1 to the attack and the damage.
Nice, Charlie.
I will go ahead and do that.
Sorry, Baron. I don't allow weapons of warning in my games.
Sure.
I'll go ahead and do that one that what I just said.
The +1.
The +1.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the +2 though.
Then you can like
The +2s are rare.
when all shit. Yeah, when all shit kicks off at a function, he's like, and this is my +1.
What is it? 1 hit point can be the difference between us and ending a quickling fight quickly.
And it has been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It has.
Yes.
Oh, +1 Warhammer. Nice.
Yeah.
So sorted, Dasha?
Fin.
+1 Warhammer,
Sorted.
and it
Yes.
is it versatile?
Mm. It is.
Let me go back. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
So what will you have in the offhand?
Right now, nothing.
Okay.
Because I can't do the great axe at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a spare? Does somebody actually? Do we have a? I think one of us has a spare rapier, either me or Emin. After the Harangon thing.
Warhammer and a rapier.
Definitely.
Quite the combination.
I
I
definitely
mean, if Until You Fall has taught me anything, which is like a VR game where you've got 2 different weapons in each hand, you can go for it. Why not?
Yeah, Emin will offer his rapier, like his second.
His basic rapier, because he's got the fancy one now. Sir Emin.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
He bravely turned his tail and fled, Sir Emin.
While he's, Willie looks to Corey and quietly says, he kept saying Granny Nightshade. He has not said anything of Endelin or Skabatha. Do we think Granny is another aspect of Muzza, or do we think it is one of the Hourglass Coven?
It's Scabbard the last name.
Yeah, Scabbard the Nightshade is her full name.
Yeah, it is obvious now that you pointed out.
I think to Corey's response to that would be, well, Scabatha Nightshade. Though I do wonder why she does not go by Scabatha. Such a playful, horrible name.
It was a silly question, but I am learning here in Prismia it pays to ask silly questions and just to be sure about everything.
Absolutely.
It is. Do not deny that to yourself.
Daisha,
Corey is waiting.
So Daisha, as you receive your gold, all of these items do have a gold sheen about them still.
Ooh.
As they are knitted from this gold, and Daisha, as you receive it, you kind of look past Nib, and he's like, which is it? And you see a gaunt coachman in the back shadows, lurking at the rear of the cave. As brushing past them comes a long-faced woman, dabbing at tears with a handkerchief. And Corey, you look across and see the rail-thin waif of a child with an eye patch, flitting in and out of sight. As I said, you're welcome to stay. Although
I see no problem with that.
I suggest the glade outside.
I agree. Sorry, dear.
Are you
Is
guys
it
sure?
helping the smell?
mean, the cave. I don't see anything wrong with the cave.
I don't know how you could sleep here.
What, with all the
Sometimes you
gold?
don't.
I guess it's kind of bright.
Emin? You have looted every opportunity that came your way.
Emendira,
Yeah.
sometimes there are things within spaces that cannot be seen by everyone. And sometimes they come with coin. A person plagued by a curse might give that curse upon you if you're not careful.
That is fair.
What I'm saying is, there's a whole bunch of ghostly figures right behind this guy, and quite frankly, I get the feeling that if you pinch anything at this bloody coin pile, you're going to be at the end of it. So can we please camp outside?
Oh, this place is haunted. Okay.
Oh, it's hella haunted.
Yeah.
What Corey I think is saying, Emin, is if you were to steal some of the gold, you'd be pulling a Villy.
Why would we pulling a Villy? You don't steal gold.
No, but I do pull some real bonus. And we'll thank you for the cloak. It's very heavy. And we'll turn and start heading towards the cave mouth.
But yes, no dear, hella haunted. Let's leave.
Emin, Love Dragon has it. Do it, don't do it, don't do it, do it.
Yeah, I appreciate the goading, but no. Emin is going to pass on the haunted gold.
Are you sure? What's wrong with the little character complication? Come on.
Well, I do think that it's on some level, somebody would have taken it if there wasn't some kind of condition. So he thinks it might just be fake.
That is a possibility. But in the meantime, Curry is going to be the last out, I think. She's just going to wait until Evan's definitely left. It's not that she doesn't trust you. She just understands vices.
I mean, you could return it in the morning. I just want you to experience the evening that you would have.
No. I think the horrifying squid hat situation was enough to teach Emin to be a little bit more careful when he snatches things. So
Okay.
we'll sleep outside.
Okay. So,
Does the smell help, dear? The chamomile and the lavender. Does
Oh
it help
yeah,
calm you?
yeah, yeah. Of course, you know it would.
It would. I do think that I am going to be spending part of whatever long rest we have. Corey is going to attempt to make like essentially calming pouches, not like of full effect, but to help like if the smell was smelled, it would help like block out some of the ambient. If she can. If we end up getting a long rest, this is like planning out loud.
you return outside, and the sounds of the forest wash around you. Nibs bids you all be safe.
Okay, dear.
And you make a camp. It's pleasantly warm. You don't need a fire. And you rest.
In shift, shall we?
Sorry?
Are we resting in shifts or? I'm assuming we are. Take turns.
Yeah,
Somebody
since
keep
we're
an eye out.
outside.
Seems fair.
That
Who would like to go first?
I cannot see too well in the dark. I will take up more of its shift if possible.
Willie will go. Willie volunteers to go second.
Emin, Dasha?
Emin and Daisha both have dark vision, so
Oh, I was gonna say I'll go last, but if we both do, then I'll go third.
Last.
I'll take Dawn then.
Yeah, last to be brighter, so that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Dawn.
Okay.
okay.
So Emin's first.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, Emin.
Oh boy. Perception is not a great skill for me. 7.
7?
Yep.
Okay. You are keeping watch. And you hear noises off in the forest, much like we're getting from Sirenscape. Just small things shifting. Thank you. Shifting branches and grasses rustling, but nothing too large. Comforting sounds, probably. You probably camped out with your brothers several times.
Most definitely.
And the branches of Grandfather Tree were always rustling with squirrels and other animals. And your watch passes, and you wake up Willie. Willie, perception check,
Yeah.
please.
Ah, excellent.
Ah, I love this.
Attention.
A 14, but because he's about to go back to sleep and he's dying to try the thing that he learned, gonna blow one of the luck points and roll that die 20 again.
Sure.
And I get to choose which one. Yeah. Neat. Perception. Help if I found it. Perception, right there. I will take the 22.
Nice.
Nice.
Then also roll me a d8.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Uh-huh. And Lily disappears with a 5.
Okay. About halfway through your watch,
Uh-huh.
you hear noises off in the tree line. What do you do?
What kind of noises? Are they like heavy bipedal footfalls? Is it like crashing through things? Is it like the truffling of a large arboreal pig? What kind of noise?
You, with that very high perception, figure it's to be 3 figures walking bipedal.
3 humanoids walking. Small, medium, large.
Hard to tell.
Or I can just hear them. Are they saying anything? I'm just gonna get real quiet and really focus on listening. Are they just moving through the growth? Like I'm hearing the cracking of branches and dry leaf, or is there like some? What are you doing? You know, do I hear like any kind of vocalization along with this? Are there like footsteps and then a pause, like they're waiting and they're listening, or is it just like trudge, 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 trudge?
If you pause to listen.
Yeah.
And by the way, the soundscape is apt for night as well. The birds do not sleep here. It's just a constant background chittering and squawking and things. And you hear guttural voices that remind you of the cook in the kitchen of Bavlona's cottage in kind of cadence. And you hear,
Oh yeah, that the
Red cap.
red cap. Red cap.
and you hear
All
them,
right.
you hear them say,
Yeah, all the stinking fairies are gone, but I hear there are some delicious pixies. Let's go fuck them up.
All right, Willie will, as quietly as possible, sidle over to his companions and put his hand over their mouth and like gently like whisper in their ear, Taisha, Corey, Emmett, we are not alone. There are people. And try and wake them up as quietly as possible and kind of gesture into the woods where they are.
okay, as you do that, the footsteps start to recede, going past.
Willie is
he,
an
like,
alarmist. Oh, it's the
as
sky!
he-
It's the sky! It was falling, I swear! It was falling on my...
I think as you probably went to, I'm very curious. I'm curious as to what you think happens as well. But like, I think as you go to reach to put a hand over like the covered mouth of Cora,
Oh, yeah,
I think, like,
yeah.
the hair would be like grab.
No, I don't want her to make noise. Wake her up, please, Hair.
Coils around your wrist, yeah.
I mean no harm, Hair. I am sorry. Listen, you can hear them out there. Don't you hear them, Hair?
You should be polite and call it hair.
Hair. Yeah, hair. Won't that freak Corey out if all of a sudden I'm overly polite to her hair? You know, hello, good morning, hair. How are you today?
What is it? If you were like hair's just like, oh.
If you suddenly said Herodonius, that might freak her out a bit more.
Herodonius, yeah. No, so yeah, okay. But we'll just like apologize, like, I'm trying to wake her up. Oi,
I was having a horrible dream. What's going on?
Shh, listen, Fräulein. There are
I can.
voices. I think there are more of those little, the thing, the Pavlona's cook with the red hat, the red cap.
Are they coming to eat us?
I don't think so, but they said something about eating fairies and pixies and fucking them up. And well, he
Darling,
gestures a thumb over at Emin. We've got the fairy with us.
that's a good point. Perhaps cover him in a blanket.
Yeah.
Help
If
still the smell.
he smells, what do fairies
All
smell
of you
like?
smell. All fairies smell lightly of sugar, dear. It's part of the DNA.
DNA.
Or-
Okay.
You know, the displacement Noxus area or something like that. I don't know. Somebody was telling me about it once. I don't remember.
Willie's just nodding at her, like,
She's
oh,
half
more
asleep.
Prismia stuff. Yeah, like, okay. And he'll
What is
crawl
it?
over and try to wake up Daisha and Emin.
Can Cora hear the footsteps leaving us, or have they
There are
stopped?
heavy boots, walking through the forest and passing. They have passed you and are walking away.
Like, Billy dear, they're leaving us. They're not after us. Perhaps keen to be keen yet for the next little bit.
Alright,
What were they?
I am thinking they are red caps. I will listen.
Then they
I
will
listen.
not eat us. We're too big at the moment. How many?
Oh, It sounded more than one, less than a dozen. I am sorry for disturbing you. Go back to sleep. I apologize.
Fine. I was having a horrible dream anyway.
I am so sorry to hear this. I am.
It's alright. I'm used to them.
And then Willie will crawl back into the dark and just continue to listen then if they are retreating and they do not seem to be an imminent threat.
Mm-hmm.
Corey goes back to sleep. I think, like, Idonius, like, drifts lavender, chamomile, like, good calming flowers, like, by her face, like, thank you, dear.
Jasmine.
Thank you, darling.
And Willie, the rest of the watch goes by without anything beyond the natural.
Willie will wake up Daisha and will tell Daisha that he heard 3 redcaps tramping around in the woods talking about fucking up and eating fairies and pixies, and that, you know, Corey did not seem to think that was worth being worried about. But be aware, they were out there. He heard them. He did.
Okay.
I love the difference in, like, reaction levels. Like, Corey's like, yes, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, it's fine. But he's like, but the dogs are eating the dogs!
Corey's like, Willie, remember those bastard pixies in Downfall?
Don't you remember what those assholes did?
Oh,
Now,
evil.
Willie, there is one moment where there's the terrifying experience of a fox crying out nearby, which sounds exactly like a screaming woman.
Oh God!
does.
Yeah.
But you do recognize it for what it is.
Yeah. So when Daisha wakes up, she'll be wondering why Willie is casting prestidigitation repeatedly on his trousers. Don't you worry about it. Things happen.
Wow.
Don't shush. Watch. Press the. Here, smells like rose petals. Walk away.
She's like, Daisha, yeah.
Daisha,
She's like,
you exchange
okay.
with this interesting changeover, and roll me a perception check, please.
yeah. 15.
Nice.
Okay. D8, please.
A 2.
Okay.
I don't know, I have Pokemon battle music in my head.
Don't put any battle
Right.
music.
We're gonna hear
out
meat's
there.
back on the menu, boys. Here we go.
Menu, maybe. Daisha, a little ways away, just glimpsed through the trunks of the trees, and actually more above the tops from your kind of vantage point up on the hillside here, you see a thin wisp of smoke illuminated by the moonlight. And below, in the trees, you can see the faint glow of a campfire. Far enough away to not be aware of you, but
Diligently
someone
watching.
is clearly camping nearby.
What a fun family trip. My family never took trips like that.
And you hear the faintest sound of a small, kind of reedy voice singing to itself.
Singing to
Very
itself?
jolly little tune, friendly voice.
Or
Say again, sorry, Daisha. What was that?
nearby or
From-
over by the campfire?
Yeah, from the campfire.
Oh, okay. I'm checking to see if anyone's snoring. I turn around. We can hear them humming. They might be able to.
Everyone's fast asleep.
Everyone's quiet.
Mhm.
Still breathing. Okay.
Would you like to investigate?
Investigate the happy humming.
The happy humming in the middle of the night in the woods.
How distant is it? Because when you say a distant hill,
No, it's off in the trees. Like you can see it because of your raised like elevation on the hillside. You're on the hillside.
man, I don't know. I'm not a sneaky type. Daisha has a internal conflict where she kind of wants to go, but she's knows she's fumbling. I have inspiration and advantage, or I have a crystal. And in the spirit of doing things, I
Let's
will
go.
go check it out.
Let's go.
Okay.
I sneak close, but I stay like in the tree line. I just want to see, want to
Okay.
absorb.
Are you trying to stay hidden?
Yes.
Okay, roll stealth check.
Ooh, 21.
21. Okay.
Not
And
bad.
the sneakiest of snakes.
Against a passive perception of 14, you do sneak up. So as you kind of slither through the trees, you get closer to the firelight, and you see a little campfire in a ring of stones, in a clearing, well away from any flammable material. And there is a cauldron of water bubbling over the flames, and a frying pan on a nearby rock with melted butter inside, which you can see because there is a small singing mushroom. Singing away to itself. Looks very similar to the one that Emin found in Bavlorna's cottage. And it's just singing away to itself and frequently dipping its cap into the butter and like rolling around in the butter as it sings.
As it's cooking itself?
Who knows what Campestri do?
It's true. That's a good point.
What do you do?
Daisha is disturbed. Like, I think literally just like this is weird. It's over the fire?
No, it's on a rock next to the fire. It's just.
Is there a tent or anything? Or it's just a rent?
But I mean,
How did it start the fire?
The cauldron and the frying pan are clearly not the Campestris.
Oh.
It's happy to be there. I don't know that I should interfere. Oh, I don't know.
Search your pouches for some chives. It'd be delicious.
It's just like salts them
Oh,
right.
wait, hang on.
Bam!
Like so just to visually clarify. Tiny mushroom. Rolling in butter on a pan near fire that are human-sized or smaller?
Yeah, you got kind of regular sized ones, yeah.
Don't forget
Okay,
the
so
fact that it's singing.
It is sinning. It's singing, not sinning. Sorry.
That's the guy in
questions.
the cave, you know.
I mean, I'm gonna back up. I can't think of any. I'm gonna back away. Kore has. John looks so dejected. I'm so sorry. Kore has the last. My thought is, Daisha's thought is, Kore has the last watch, and Kore will know if this is a good idea or not. Because Daisha's just like, I'm gonna get us all in trouble. I'm going back to the camp.
This is really the passing the buck session. It really.
No, I'll go with her, but I'm just like,
Wait, you're going to wake me?
Again.
no, I'm not gonna wake you. I'm gonna wait till it's your turn.
Just to let you know, there's a mushroom roasting itself, I think. It's hard to tell. It seems really into butter. It's just like many people are into butter.
It would be whoever was last.
That's just
Whoever
wrong.
was last in the order, whoever was after me would be the person I would wake up when it's their turn to be like,
I just
I
rolled.
saw this weird thing. I wanted to ask questions, but
I just rolled a D120 for the 2 hours of your watch. I got a 9, so this happened 9 minutes into your watch. So there are
good.
nearly 2 hours left until Corey is woken.
I can see it now. It's just like hovering and like the hair.
okay, I'm gonna go. Psst. What are you doing? From the tree line.
To the campus tree.
Yeah.
It turns. Oh, hello.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh, and my friend, Croa, told me to rub melted butter, and just while they're off collecting some firewood, and they promised me a nice hot bath.
How?
I'll be back soon.
Yep. How long have you known your friend?
Oh, just met them. Just today. Lovely little fella. Goblin.
What are your friend qualifications, really?
Well, this butter is quite warm and nice.
Daisha's gonna walk away crying. Like, might be more goblins. How do goblins work again? Are there usually more than one?
What a nice one. Jingle Jangle was lovely.
Well, this one's clearly gonna eat this sentient fungus. Okay. Do you have family?
What's family?
All right, that makes me feel better.
What? Oh my god, Daisha and the moral conundrum. It's like
Of a campestry. That's the...
over a mushroom person, yeah. Because we know one.
Oh, smells so yummy.
And that pushes her over the edge, and she grabs the mushroom.
Wait, what's he doing? No, I'm here. I'm waiting for my friend. I didn't have my
Okay.
bath yet. How am I going to get all this
Puts it
butter off?
back and leaves.
You can always hope that he's like the cow at the restaurant at the end of the universe. You know, Douglas Adam, the suicidal cows that want to be eaten.
And the first sign of resistance, she's just like, okay, and puts him back down and leaves and goes back to camp. And when Corey wakes up, she's crying.
Darling, what happened?
Well, wait. So you go back and you sit down, staring in the direction of this illumination in the trees.
God.
What do you do 30 minutes later when there's a short, quick...
Cry. That's why I'm crying.
Oh my god.
I cry.
You did look at the map here and see all the mushroom circles, all the triggering mushroom circles here and hither.
Poor chat can't see. Where's the nearest one? There's one
Yeah,
right there.
It's just like Corey, you're gonna need to make more of those chamomile and lavender sachets. You know?
As we discovered in Hither, please do visit any part of the map that you wish to.
Yeah. Well, if you look at top left and bottom right, there's like pre-butter campestry, and then it's post-butter campestry in the bottom right. Yeah.
Now, let me show the people back home. Scrolling.
That is.
Here's our little campestry buddies up here.
I think that'll be the biggest moral dilemma. She has all game dilemma.
So were you a party to fungicide?
No. I take no responsibility.
Does
So
the fire
pre-butter,
die down at all, or
pre-butter.
do they stay put, or?
And post-butter, yeah.
Sorry, what was that, Corey?
Well, does the fire go down, or they just look like they're camping? Or
During Daisha's watching it.
your Daisha's watch, it doesn't go down. Okay.
And then she wakes. Yeah, Corey, you're awoken to a crying Daisha.
Your turn.
Oh, come here. What happened? Do you want to tell me? Or do you not want to talk about it?
Mushroom, and it ate him. He said it was his friend, and I wanted to take him, but then he was loud. He was really loud. So I had to leave him.
She like
Fire,
I think what is it? I think specifically it changes to mint and wattle seed and a mint wattle seed and a variant of a root. Oh gosh, I can never remember the name, but it helps aid sleep. Like the flowers of St. John's wort and stuff like that, and hold as like these kind of blooming as she requests these flowers and they start to bloom at the edges, like Kore like lightly says, well, unfortunately there are sentient things that get eaten around here. It's kind of part and parcel. You tried. Don't deny that you tried. You're never going to be able to eat a mushroom after this unless you want to. But no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But I want you to understand that, at least as far as I know, mushrooms are not one entity at all. So that mushroom may very well be in another mushroom very close by. When mushrooms grow, they share systems and life and root. A mushroom is not a single thing, dear.
So they just ate like a toe.
Yeah, they ate like a toe.
Okay.
Breathe in.
And Daisha will take, like, she is very tired. She's been crying for like an hour.
Quietly, no less.
She's just gonna take like one leaf of mint off of her hair and be like,
Have another sleep. No, it's
and
okay.
just go to sleep.
It's just like, do you go to fall asleep in Kore's arms?
Yes, and then you just put her down.
It's like, much like, words cannot describe how many times this has actually happened to me.
Somewhere in the winter court, Sidonius is like, oh my god, why would you do that? Oh!
Just deal with it. And like rest Daisha down and like strokes through, runs fingers through, like gloved fingers through your hair. In a very like soft and caring way, and like breathes through and starts watch going, oh god, I'm going to need so many of these calming bags. Why are so many people here just coated in trauma?
We are a trauma-informed campaign.
Yeah, no, 100%. And so Corey is going to, during her watch, while she's keeping an eye out, just kind of mindlessly, she's going to take some of the dried flowers that she's been collecting off her own hair.
You can see the campfire
and
too.
just, and like, yeah, I can see it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like listening out for things and just keeping ears and eyes out, because Corey is very much of the breed of, currently this is what I need to protect. And when she's done the task, she will choose whether or not she goes and deals with that in the morning as well.
Uber Geek Media, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. How you doing? We are camping in the Feywild and all that entails.
So like a toe, like a toe, dear.
Like a toe.
That's the quote from the session.
Next.
Like a toe.
Like a toe. Like a toe. Next emote, just a Campestri dancing. And it says, like a toe. Don't know what you'd use that for.
Honestly, just a, like, wiggles. But yes, so, she's got a plan for her watch, because she's going to be waiting for the sunrise, but keeping an eye on that fire. If there's any movement, she's going to get ready. And keeping an ear out as well.
You do being that attentive, you do hear movement. There's clearly something at the camp.
Okay, is it coming toward us? No. If I finished making my pouch, my little like bundles of calm herb stuff, then like stringing it up, making sure they're nice bundles. She sighs. Please, no one come eat us. I am so sick of this. I wanted a nap. That's it. And just mumbling lightly to herself as she goes to look around. Am I supposed to be making perception checks or looking for things, or?
I think you were focused on this campsite. You don't see anything else.
Okay. I sneak as best as I can toward the campsite to eye whatever has caused my friend so much trauma.
Sure. Yeah. Give me a perception check. Sorry, a stealth check.
Oh. I am going to burn an inspiration.
Okay.
Oh God, worse.
Yes.
14.
14. That was worse.
No, that was the good one.
No, you have to say the second one.
Oh, in that case, it's 10.
Okay, you're still okay.
Okay.
Yes, if you use the crystals, it's a reroll, but you do have to keep the reroll.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Baron.
It doesn't give you advantage.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Thank you, Baron. Right back at you there, Corey. But 10 is still enough. The passive perception of the goblins is 9. So you creep over, and there is just the embers. It's just more the smoke that you could see as it was drifting up through the trees, especially against the lightening sky. That lovely pre-dawn daylight, which is so nice to enjoy. Although thinking about the day to come is always a bit I'm going to be knackered. But you creep on over, and peering around the trees nearby, you see the dying embers of the fire and a contented-looking goblin slumbering against a pack.
Does the goblin look like anything like Jingle Jangle, or any sort of like details?
To an extent, yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Do they look threatening at all? Like they've got like a whole bunch of weapons on them? There's a bomb lightly to their left? Like
I mean, they have this pack with various bits and bobs hanging off it. They have they have a little short sword like lying next to them, and they're, as I said, they're slumbering peacefully and contentedly as if they'd just eaten their favourite dinner. Shall we say?
She Corey engage would rather everyone else be awake, quite frankly, because she's sick and tired of this stuff. Looks, stares, feels creepy, walks back. I hope you enjoyed your toe.
And you wait until the morning?
I wait until the morning, or I hear movement on their end waking up, either or.
Okay. Let's say Emin stirs first because he was the first to sleep, and then your friends wake up, and before Daisha wakes up, you start to hear sounds from the encampment. The goblins starting to stir as well.
What is it? If Emin pops up, or wakes, has one finger over the front of her mask and goes, "There's company nearby. It ate a mushroom, and that was apparently very traumatizing. Daisha was crying for like an hour, quote quote. I don't know what's going on over there.
Was the mushroom alive?
I believe so.
Oh God.
It's alright. I calmed her down. Put her to sleep again.
Good.
Emin.
This is legitimately like parents talking over a child that just watched like a cricket get squished.
Emin.
It's fantastic.
You wake and start kind of, gathering your things, ready to make the journey to whichever part of thither you are going. you can't help but notice an empty jar.
Oh shit!
I
Wait,
thought
so-
too. I was like, well, we have our own chemistry.
Hmm.
Had.
Well,
Thank you, John.
Evan will notice
So
the empty
dark.
jar and
I love it.
just kind of like
You're welcome, Brother Scrim over
no.
there.
There's
Phoenix Iwaki, you remain king. You remain.
if I know what I know about mushrooms, and I do, this guy's probably got 1,000 clones somewhere.
I
You
said
cannot
something
kill these
very
things
similar.
in any way that matters.
It's all right. I comforted her. Apparently, she thinks it's like a toast, so it's fine.
Yes, I mean,
I mean,
clearly
essentially,
not
yeah.
an advocate of compestry rights. It's just kept this one in a jar the whole time since you found it.
Compestry are people too. Yeah. Plus, when
but
you say
just a
it's
heads up,
singing,
we do have-
I picture it singing like Babe. Do you remember when Babe sings the myth? La la la.
La, la, la.
Yeah.
Yes.
All compestry from
But,
now
I
on
mean-
shall sing like that, please.
Evan, dearest, I don't condone. Well, whatever you do in your own time is your business. But just letting you know, there's company nearby.
Good to know. Did you get an eye on him, or?
Goblinoid. There was a pack with
Aye.
various things dangling off it, though.
Hmm.
If you wish
Weapons?
to check it out, you are fast as stealthier than I. Just a short sword.
Now,
Though who knows how good they are at it.
my friends, where are you headed as everyone is roused and awakens?
We were informed of like Corey would have, as we were settling down to camp, would have told everyone about the getaway gang and the tree ant and the existence of the Gush golly darn hollowed out tree that is Granny Nightshade's location of choice.
Yes.
Would have also mentioned the rocking horse, which I think is relevant to maybe Daisha. I don't remember. Because I remember Daisha having a like.
I think you
Scarlet
remember more than
remembers-
Stephanie does, I think.
Was it Scarlet remembers Daisha having a flashback sequence where she saved a child from
Correct.
a hag on a rocking horse.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes. Yes. I was like, yes, I saved a child from a hag, and I was trying to remember the rocking
DM
horse
brain.
element. Right.
Yeah.
Well done. Yep.
DM brain. But yes, no, was like informs that, and Daisha would know that better than Corey
Yes.
would.
Yeah, Dash knows that.
Because mentions that apparently they're not employing, but definitely have a workshop filled with young children under labor. There is also a candy glam. Oh, actually, hang on.
Everyone was in the cave. Everyone heard that.
Okay. Oh, cool. Wasn't sure if everyone heard it or not,
No, thank
or
you.
if it was just to
Yeah.
me. Cool.
Not shocking that that's that's what Maxie got caught for.
Child labor.
Freeing them.
Oh. Noble. Apparently, they're getaway gang.
So yes, are you off in the direction of Little Oak or Grandfather Tree?
I think we're gonna find my brother, and I think we should, because I think he's got intimate information.
Yes.
On-
I mean, you're very curious that he's not at Grandfather Tree, although
Yeah.
what the dryad said was worrying.
I think there should at least be some clues at my house.
Well, we've been informed it is up.
The tree ant is up. The Grandfather Tree
That's
is
just-
right.
So, right?
Right or up? Are we going to the Little Oak or Grandfather Tree?
Emin suggested.
For what it's worth, I'm
grandfather
voting grandfather tree.
Okay. I didn't. It flipped out for me there. All right. Well, shall we?
Okay. And you make your way off through the trees. Morgort bids a farewell and wishes you well, and strides boldly off into the forest in a knightly manner. And
Going to get eaten so fast.
and you head off, right? Clapperclaw says they'll stay here with Nib, so that if you find Agdon and retrieve their head, to deliver it here.
Okay.
And as you make your way through the forests and the trees here, this beautiful, beautiful ancient forest. Willie, yeah.
You never said the words. Do we get that long rest?
Yes, you may take the benefits of a long
Thank
rest.
Thank God.
I can feel my hit points returning.
Yeah, let's go kick some ass.
I will say actually, to signal, level up stuff. That for anyone like Daisha, when you were being held by Cora, you would notice that her gloved hands, even though they were gloved, you could feel like almost clawish, like thorny things on like the edges of her hands, and like her ears were looking a little bit less round and a tiny bit more pointed.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
I'm
plans.
keeping it in mind
man.
for next
Yeah,
session.
but yes.
Okay. And as you
Loris!
as you make your way through those forest trees, you come across a opening, a glade, with a pool of water in the center. And on the far bank of this little pool, not very far away, about 30, not that one, no. This is, you went due right from where you were. So you're around about here. Just exited from those hills, the foothills of the mountains,
gotcha.
of the boundary.
Right.
And you see this small glade with this pool, and across the opposite side of the pool, about 40 feet away, you see a pack leaning against a tree, and a goblin with their feet in the water, fishing.
A familiar goblin?
It is the same one, Corey, yes. And he looks up. He looks up as you just like emerge into the clearing. He's like, morning.
Morning.
I guess this is a fun time to remind us that Emin speaks Goblin.
Okay.
So
Silly at this point, I think.
Goblin, he kind of waves back and says, "Heyo."
Oh, welcome. I'm afraid this pool probably doesn't have much of a bounty. Maybe not all for all of us, huh?
So, don't worry, Scrappy, it's not you.
Oh, we're good. We're just passing through.
Really?
Are you local?
Why'd you say that?
Does Emin remember a lot of goblins in the vicinity when he was growing up?
No. Not a huge amount, but I mean, you met Jingle Jangle. There were a few kicking around.
Right.
But also he says, yes, I've been here for quite some time. And even with your passive perception of 9... Actually, what's your passive insight?
Passive insight?
Yeah.
Also 9.
Okay. Even with a passive insight of 9, the goblin is lying.
Oh.
Mm. I'm gonna lie right back,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, I don't know if that's so true. I live, born and raised here. I don't remember seeing you around. Not to offend.
What's the lie? that sounds true.
Not raised.
Okay, I've lived here all my life,
Oh, I see.
and I've never seen you around.
Okay. Make a what's it? Deception check.
Deception.
Insight is wisdom, right?
Yeah.
14. Okay. Seems to believe you. Doesn't react. He's like, oh, really? Lovely place. Lots of tasty treats.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
What's yours? I have a fondness for the mushrooms of the area.
I'm more of a fruit guy myself.
Those birds are reacting like that.
Yeah.
A whole flock of them has just erupted out of the trees around this clearing and gone up into the sky. He's like, really? Fruit? Ah, well, I do love
Thank you.
the mushrooms, but when you can't get it, you'll settle for fish. And he stands up and puts his fishing rod down. Nor perhaps a soul or four. And the goblin twists and lunges forward as its form elongates, its muzzle thickens and becomes broader, and a Barghest leaps around the edge of the pool towards you. One of these.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Goblin shapeshifters.
Indeed.
Woo!
Casters and castles, welcome in everyone. How are you doing, raiders? I am afraid we are going to have to take that raid onwards somewhere else because we are about to wrap up here. I'm sad to say, but it is a pleasure to have you here, and we hope to see you again very soon as we play lots of D&D here, and it is a pleasure to have you all in. If you want to give us a follow, you can jump into our Discord and see what is going on and what's coming up on the channel here. In about 9 hours from now, we'll be heading to Icewind Dale, out of schedule, as we were not able to play Rime of the Frost Maiden on Tuesday. We rescheduled to today, and we are going to be heading up for more Rime of the Frost Maiden there. Then we have Candlekeep Mysteries tomorrow before into next week, when Rime of the Frost Maiden will be back on its original day, and we have our Out of the Abyss homebrew Ravenloft game, and all sorts of other things going on. And then we'll be back here in a forest glade in the Feywild with the fiend Barghest lunging forward to consume our adventurers' souls. So,
I'm so sick of trying to be consumed, like my god.
but so tasty. Okay, so that is all for us for today, I'm afraid. But do stick around, and we're going to take on that raid somewhere else and see who is available and see if any of our fabulous stream team are around and about. But before we do that, let's quickly say goodbye to all these lovely people. Daisha, where can people find your creative goings on?
You can find it at Vexed Vending on Instagram. We also have a website, vexedvending.com. We vend all kinds of creative, cool, and local art, and we also put out things about other creative vendors that might be in your state. So come check us out.
Thank you. Scarlett, your good self.
Oh, hi everyone, I'm Scarlett Song, she, her. Not I'm an art streamer. Currently, I'm in the midst of stuff, but commissions have opened up for Artistic Freedom Month, so if you'd like to get a fully painted illustration of a character, or perhaps a favorite player character of your choice, give us a holla.
Awesome, thank you. And Charlie?
Howdy, howdy. I am DM Charlie of DM Charlie Gaming. We are a community of passionate, diverse, inclusive role players built around a cadre of vetted, phenomenal, professional DMs. We're committed to consistently delivering exceptional and memorable role-playing experiences. DM Charlie Gaming, discover your legend, love your game.
Thank you very much.
And I go down like an animatronic.
Okay, and a massive thank you to everyone that's joined us and been here for the session. Lots and lots of amazing stuff today. Thank you so much to my wonderful players, everyone over there in chat. A pleasure as always, and we hope to see you again very, very soon. As I said, do give us a follow if you want to jump into that Discord and see what's going on here. We have exciting things, a new mini summer campaign starting next week as well. The high seas beckon. So, thank you all, everyone.
Wait.
Absolute pleasure. We are going to raid into our very, very good friend, Dreaded GM. The wonderful, wonderful Dread is doing some online stuff. Let's go and say hello to them, let them know where you came from, and let's fill their chat up with those little phoenixes of ours. And, as always, an absolute pleasure. We'll see you in that podcast very, very soon. Sounds a bit hungry, but that's all for today. So, folks, stick around for that raid. If you've got them, let those phoenixes fly. But until next time, as we say around these parts, we'll see you next time.
Oyasumi!
Oyasumi!